Everybody's asking things you can do, but I don't. Hold on, I gotta restart. I think that I gotta. Everybody's got a dog and a wife, but I can't for the life of me think why they wanna. I wanna know. I think there's something in the water. I wanna know. I think there's something in that water. Everybody goes and moves to LA, but I say there's no way you'll be seeing me join them. Everybody's got a kid on the way, but if I did, I'm afraid I would just disappoint them. I wanna know. I think there's something in the water. I gotta know. I think there's something with your tremors, Why? I think there's something. I'm thinking there's something. I think there's something in that water. Doom, 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 doom. Everybody as content as can be. Like, what spell are they under? What frog are they kissing? And if everybody's so much happier than me, well, I can't help but wonder if there's something I'm missing. Yeah! I wanna know. I think there's something in the water. I gotta know. I think there's something in the water. I think there's something in that water. I think there's something in the water. I gotta know. I think there's something in the water. I think there's something. I think there's something in the. Think there's something. I think there's something in the water. I think there's something in the. I think there's something. I think there's something in the water. We're gonna bring it down real slow because this is talking tremors, and you're thinking we're just gonna sing a song. But we gotta open the show, baby. We gotta get you right grooving in it. Yeah, you know. Oh yeah, because guess what, folks? Oh, there's something in the tremors. Oh no. Whoa, I think there's something. I think there's something. Oh, I think there's something. I think there's something, you know. Oh, I think there's something. I think there's something. Yeah, I think there's something. Whoa, I think there's something in the tremors. I think there's something in the tremors. Yeah, something in the tremors. Yeah, I think there's something. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think there's something in the. Oh, I think there's something in the ground. Oh, I think there's something in the ground. And I think it's coming round and round. I think there's something. Oh, I think there's something, yeah. I think there's something in the ground. I think there's something flying up and around, yeah. I think there's something. Oh, I think there's something. Whoa, whoa. Conrad Bachman is watching. He's in the water. Oh, Conrad Bachman, he's in the water. But he's also underground because he got eaten by a fucking graboid. Yeah! Woo! Joe, yeah, I think there's something. Ha! I think there's something in the. I think there's something. Ha! I think there's something. Yeah! I think there's something. Yeah! I think there's something. Whoa! 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 I think there's something in the tremors. Woo! Barbecue sauce, big old explosion. Hello, everyone. And Conrad Bachman just said that'll go well with the fire in the Palisades. Hilariously, Conrad, that was kind of the that was the point. Hey, Conrad, Caitlin says hi. She's yelling at you from down there. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the first Talking Tremors of the new year. The first Talking Tremors in like 2 months since the November. 1st of November. So, booyah, welcome back. I am your host, Levi Dylan Burzloff Lutt. God, I love that song. Sorry, that's just pumping in me. Huzzah, huzzah. I hope everybody's excited and coming back. I do have to say, too, so thank you for watching, like, Conrad. I sent this to I sent it to Ron Underwood and Robert Jane and Charlotte Stewart, and now I'm just name dropping, and Finn Carter and Lori Hudson and Mike Malone. I was sending it to everybody, and Ron and Robert got back. They're like, "Oh, hey, we'd love to watch it. Our lives are on fire," and I'm like, "I know," and admittedly, I knew that when I texted him, and it was definitely a like. I guess the reason why I was like, I got to do an episode tonight. I'm going to drop one. Is just like this. This is my charity drive for Los Angeles being on fire. That's my best way of putting it down as a reason. Besides, hey, it's Tremor Saga 2025, baby. We've reached the new year. Feels like we should have a new show. So that's again to everyone out in LA. I'm so sorry. I hope what am I sorry about? I gave you, I was trying to give water. There's something in the water, hopefully a flame retardant of sorts to, fire and stuff. But yeah, as you know, as every other episode of Talking Tremors ever does, even the ones where if Conrad was on, Conrad, if you were on the show, this is exactly how the show would go anyway. Like the song at the beginning would be shorter. That's the only difference. But because look, I got my olives. I went to the store and I bought, I got jalapeno stuffed olives, and I got blue cheese stuffed olives, and I got regular olives, and I have a special Don't Make It Weird buffalo glass that I will be putting, actually right now, we're going to put the olives in the buffalo glass. Dinosaurus Rex, if you're out there. I was going to drink the juice. What am I doing? Oh, my God. Okay, there's a couple. Oh, my God. It's just juice. It's literally just, there's no olives in there. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, that's fun. Is that a bug? We'll deal with that later. And contrary to popular opinion, no, I'm not on drugs right now of any kind. I'm very sober. I'm just excited to be back and with everybody. And I guess in a way, if there is a universe where like Ron Underwood is watching right now and Robert Jane is watching right now while their house is burning, I want them to have some humor and comfort in their lives in these times of need. So it's been 2 months. I got to talk about things that have happened since then. A lot of them Tremors related. Hell, the last 2 days of my life have been very Tremors related. I'm just like, what? And then everything else in between. Honestly, so Caitlin's downstairs right now watching Wicked. And like, I almost wanted to start the show with Defying Gravity. So if you care to find me, look to perfection sky. As someone told me lately, as blasters can go up and fly. Which I might come later. Let's be honest. Speaking of which, I've sung now. Oh, that's a song. If you don't know, the point of the olives is there is a drinking game where if I do an impression or sing a song, I have to drink. I have to eat olives. So this one's for you, Dinosaurus. Not Sean or Daniel. I will actually, Sean. Sean, I love you. You're amazing. Daniel, you're also amazing, but less so. I mean, just more because that's the joke. I love. Oh, that was the other thing. Later in the show, I'm going to be unboxing a bunch of stuff from R.M. Hamrick and Edwin Castro of Lost Between Worlds and Lee Newman, who did the Barbarian Queen Charybdis. Those are some We Have Issues, folks. Shit, and there's another one. Now I mentioned another podcast. That's an olive too. But here's okay. Everybody for the chat. All right, look. Does it count as mentioning a podcast if I eat an olive from the jar of a different podcast. Like, Caitlin, if you're listening to that, I would like an answer. Like, someone in the chat, let me know. Like, does it count as referencing another podcast, which is an olive thing, if I eat the olives from another podcast's glass? Let me know in the comment. And it's funny, too, because it has Buffalo, which is the drinking game for Don't Make It Weird, which is where I got the olive thing. But then Buffalo is another podcast by Paik Allen and Daphne Backman and Jerry and Jeff. They do games. I love listening to those guys. So that's another one. Okay, so Patrick says if it's deliberate. Okay, I'll buy that. Also, hey, Patrick. Oh, I haven't seen you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my God. I usually have a little pointer thing. I lost it. Doing all sorts of things in my Tremors life. But thank you, Patrick. I should go through. Hold on. And thank you to Johnny Harmonic. I love the David Bowie comparison. That's always one. God, I was just about to start singing a song. Son of a bitch. But yes, I'm very David Bowie. I appreciate that. And Zilla, thanks. Alec is here. Alec Ramirez. By the way, everybody, Alec Ramirez, who is Zilla Film Studios there in the chat on YouTube. Go to Zilla Film Studios on YouTube. Alec has 3 Tremors movies that they have made with various puppets and stuff like that. I would go check him out. The most recent one, yes, thank you. Just dropped it in the chat. I released the 3rd film in the trilogy, Tremors 3 Ass Blasting Slay. So thank you. So go check those out. Those are really fun. And I thank you for being here, Alex, and thank you for being here, Chris. You know what? I can't call Chris by his real name anymore. So I've been listening to the Cult of Odd for like a solid month now. I've been working. I'm doing this kitchen remodel, and I've been listening to Chris and Ace and Corey and Ali and oh my God, everybody. And it's amazing. But I can't call Chris anymore. His name is Odd. Your name is Odd, Chris. Made you look odd. It's super weird. It's so odd how odd it is. And again, thank you, Patrick, for being here first time. I hope you really enjoyed the book. Mine is already breaking because I've spent so much time looking at it. But I bought Octavio sent me a hardcover too, so I got a hardcover one and then a softcover one because that's just the type of person that I am. Oops. You know, I don't know so I needed to put these up somewhere. These things are heavy. Like one of these books, this is 666 pages, people. And it makes me realize that if I wrote a Tremors book, this is what it would be because I helped write this book. Like, so anybody that's asking, like, yeah, that's what my Tremors book would be like. Hold on, I got to text Conrad. It's super weird. I figured it was an appropriate way to start the day or start the show. I have to tell you what I'm doing. Like, there's Conrad. I gotta, like, it's super. Yeah, just as a point of fact, Conrad Bachman. Booyah! That's how awesome it is. Because okay, so then the other thing that this is going to be the overarching topic of this, and I want if everybody knows. Speaking of which, I need to set up TikTok. That was the other thing I'm missing here. Ask me questions. All right, this is like I'm up here alone. Although I will let everybody know that on Friday I'm going to be having Dusty Gummer Meyer come on the show. He's actually going to come down here, and we're going to do a show right here together. He's a Burt Gummer cosplayer who does movies, and he literally just moved to Dubuque, which is like half an hour away from me. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Cult of Odd, for it smells like ground worms in here. Thank you. Oh, thank God. Thank God. That's better. That's so much better. But Dusty will be here. So actually I should text him. Hold on one second. Where you at, Dusty? You're in here. Hold on. Dusty, come on, where you at? Doing a show. I sent this to everybody. Sweet. Yeah, and thanks. Yeah, Patrick, you would know. Yeah. You guys met each other. That's yeah. Oh my God, that's kind of how I. As I recall, the story goes that you had the good gun and Dusty had the sunglasses, and you guys traded for the photo op, which I thought was really cool. And Conrad Bachman's here. Conrad Bachman has put olives in his beer. You know what? For you, Conrad, I'm going to drink the juice. All right, here we go. Oh, all right. Oh, and you know what? Odd has introduced a new part of the drinking game that we are totally going to do. Every time you get someone's name wrong, as a trans person, as someone who's trans and transgendered, we will do a dead naming thing. If I dead name you, I'll fix that. And so yeah, but Conrad's here. Put my olives in my beer, and yeah, that was such a lovely thing to hear. You guys like did that, Patrick. I think that's so sweet. That's what makes Tremors fans one of the best on earth. I don't know. I fear the day that we become, Star Wars big and said, and I did. Oh, so I did. No. Okay. Listen, Odd. It doesn't count as calling you Odd and mentioning the podcast at the same time. I have to say the full words. Man. All right. So the point again, the theme, and if you've never watched this show, like Conrad and Patrick, and you're wondering what the hell is going on, trust me, for someone that's just here by themselves, I actually keep a good mental track of where I'm going and where I left off. And I do have notes. There's always notes. Usually they're a little bigger than this. And I actually got a brand new notebook for just talking Tremors. And so we're starting fresh and scratch. And. So if you want to know how much I know about Tremors and why you should ask me questions and stuff like that, this is my folder. This is a literal folder devoted to Tremors, and it even has my old notes from the show. My old, oh my god, there's so much in here. Look how thick this is. This is all my old notes from the show from the first 2 years. And January, we're starting a new year, and I have the sexy Val and Earl porn comic in the back, because I helped produce that. It's pretty cool, right? Which, if you want, I still have a copy. If anybody wants one, if you want a sexy Val and Earl, it's self-indulgent and it's awesome, fucking awesome. But again, my overarching point here is that wow. I will come to that. And Jesus Christ, Chris, hold on. I can only do so much with the information you give me. Hold on 1 second. I got to text some more people. You bought, did you? Okay, Johnny, did you buy this comic? And yeah, Odd is coming back this month. Now, Johnny, did you buy this comic or this comic? There's like a bunch of different comics. I need to buy the other ones again because I gave my copies to Zach. But there's so many Tremors comics now. So many comics. It's fucking amazing is what it is. Hold on. And Conrad knows how many comics they are. Don't you, Conrad? All those comics you had to sign. So, hold on 1 second. I'm messaging people because so many people don't realize that I'm actually back. So I was just going to do one of these. 1 second. I know. And it's Wednesday too. So everybody forgive me here. You got to say them. Get them to eat more olives there. Odd. Hold on 1 second. Boopity boop. Honestly, I got to tell Thomas. Thomas is my biggest one. Thomas, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Thomas made me the first ever Tremmy. I got outstanding lead actress in a horror comedy saga because of my performance in our third Tremors movie. It's okay. No worries, Odd. But yeah, this is a Tremmy. It's got golden graboids and everything. Don't worry, man. You're fine. And you're all fine. Oh, you did. Oh, you got all of them. Awesome, Johnny. Did we meet at Tremors Fest? Johnny Harmonic, please let me know. I would love to know if I actually met you. I love putting names to faces. This is my most prized possession. I was cleaning. Okay. And see, Conrad's here already with Conrad's got an early doctor's appointment. I figured. I'm glad you're here though. Thank you so much. And yes, one guy came with a stack of 75 comics for for Conrad to sign, and he was less than enthused. It's kind of funny, but I get it. What? Hold on, one second. I gotta finish. I was focused here. 1 second. Last one, because I'm typing. There's so much that I gotta do. All over the place. Hold on. One more. Thank you all for your patience, by the way. I appreciate all of you. You're so much. Honestly, like I've missed people. I've missed you all. I've missed this experience of getting to talk to you. Although, like I said, I'm okay. Oh, to Patrick's. Oh, Patrick. Shit, man. That's why I've been like all over the place today. Okay, so there's a couple of things. Did I get upgrades? Hold on 1 second. I got a Hunter. Hunter was my other one. Hunter always loves showing up. So hold on. And Daphne. Honestly, so Daphne Backman and Chris Andrew have been hounding me to like do another, and Thomas has too, but less so. Like hounding me to like, when are you coming back? When are you doing it? When are you coming back? 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 And I'm like, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Let me set up the TikTok and we're good to go here. Because now I've messaged everybody. Cool. Okay. It's super. Hey, Jareth. But I will. Okay, so I'll answer the Tremors Fest thing here in a second, and I'll answer the upgrades here in a second. And what's up, Jareth? Honestly, Jareth, we were just talking about David Bowie anyway. So hold on 1 second. I got to pull up live here on the TikTokers. Open set it. Yes, allow me to use the microphone. I got a new phone since last time. Rock on, Kimosabi. Give Kate my love. Give Kate my love, Conrad. You haven't missed much besides rambling and a really cool song at the beginning. Hold on. Because now I got to bring, it's been so long since I've done anything. Allow only while using the app. Allow only while using the app. Okay, and we're back. Okay, I got to bring TikTok up. Oh, Kate. And Caitlin says hi, Conrad. She loves you. We talk about you all the time. Like, you're our sweet little Tremors grandpa. And it's adorable. That was one of the best times in Santa Fe, was driving Conrad, or Caitlin and I drove Conrad and Kate around Santa Fe the whole time. And it was awesome. I was so glad he got to see Mark too. That was made me so damn happy. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was. I was just thinking about Mark Burnt the other day and how like, I'm so glad we drove there and got him a ticket. So that way you guys could all like, that was good. That made me happy. Which, as I'm finishing, there's the TikTok. Done. Okay. So, why you are here tonight, and I'll get to this. I have two questions to answer. I got Patrick's question to answer, and I got Odd's question to answer. And I did answer Thomas's question. You haven't missed much. I'm having a fucking mental breakdown currently. If anybody's watching this that's in the world of Tremors, I hope Conrad has like logged off now. If not, that's fine. You'll hear something very candid here, Conrad, that I feel like I'm going crazy. Okay. So this all started. Charlotte Stewart. So Charlotte Stewart, she plays Nancy on, I was going to say she plays Nancy on Little House on the Prairie. No, she's Nancy Sterngood in Tremors. Gave me her phone number the other day, and I've been having a wow. What am I? Who am I as a person in the world of Tremors? Am I alone? I am like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but for Tremors. Hence the title, 6 Degrees of Tremors. Like that's what I've become, and I'm terrified of it. So to this point, then I'll swing back around. I haven't upgraded too much here. Odd. What I've done is that the camera on one of my phones works better. I bought a new phone because I needed to be able to have storage because I'm making so much more movies and filming so much more stuff now. So I needed storage to have a SIM, like a little storage card. So I bought a new phone for that and obviously upgraded. So that one's doing TikTok while the other one's there. But then I have the tablet running off the microphones, and so do I sound good? I need to know this currently too, because I'm kind of testing something. Do I sound all right? All right. The stars are here tonight. Okay. Damn it, that was a song. Shit. That counts. And second question. awesome. I apparently look and sound better than ever. Wow. Okay, cool. Okay. Second question is Patrick's question here. Thanks. I'm not gonna, but everybody just says I sound good. That's great. We sound good live. It's so much easier when I have my little pointer. I just so mad at myself. I lost it. I lost it while we were filming. That's the worst. Is there gonna be another Tremors Fest? You bet your fucking sweet ass there is. All right, folks. Like, look at this. I have in my possession all of the Tremors Fest posters signed by everybody. This is actually this year's. And if you look back here, and this yellow one, I know you guys can still hear me. Can you hear me if I'm even back here? Because we're upgrading. We're doing things. That's this second one over here. This was actually last year's, 2023. I got 2023 and 2024. We are making progress, and it's pretty awesome. And to this point, I have actually been in contact with the Lone Pine Museum of Western Film History for about the better part of a year. I would say about April. No. Oh, it was actually before. No. It was before last Tremors Fest. And I've been talking to the people at the Lone Pine Museum because if you're gonna have an anniversary or a reunion or anything like that, Lone Pine, that's your fucking place, man. They did a 30th one that was really cool. And it's like, nope, it's the 35th anniversary. I feel like you can't have a major Tremors Fest. There can be these other little ones like the Pasadena Comic Con. That'll be, well, we'll see if it's happening. That's actually been the other portion of my day today too. The Pasadena Comic Con. And Tina Todd is here. Tina, go over to the YouTube. That's where your comments can stay forever. I love you, Tina. Yes. I'm specifically not wearing a bra today for people like Tina. Boom, boom. Sorry if my nipples are pointing out. But sorry, I got really distracted in my head. But Lone Pine, like this is where we that's Tremors Fest in essence. And in my mind, we've had 2 years at the Violet Crown. That's good. That's good build up. Here we are at 35. Let's go and make this bigger and badder and more beyond. And honestly, I've had so many talks with other people. Adrian Meza wants to do one in El Paso. Christy Knobel was at Tremors Fest, and I actually gave her one of my Burt Gummer hats to use in her costume. And she was like, hey, wrote down her number and everything. She's like, I organize stuff in Chicago. I would love to help you guys organize a Tremors Fest in Chicago. So there's two. Hell, Conrad, when he was here, he's like, why don't we do this in fucking Kentucky? Because Conrad does the Louisville International Film Festival. Huge fucking festival. Like the biggest in the goddamn world. That's absolutely amazing. So like, why not there? And in all of this time, I've been talking to these Lone Pine people, working on it. And Cleveland, there's a good one. Cleveland would be fun. Nipples are distracting. It's hard not to focus on the donut on your shirt. There's a funny story about this donut, actually. That's why I wore it. I stand with Schlichting. He's a comedian I saw. He's hilarious. I did not experience this. Oh no, because I didn't wash it. Oh no. Well, that's why apparently the Talking Tremors shirt back here has shrunk on Thomas after washing. If anybody has one, let me know if that's done it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But to the Tremors Fest in Lone Pine, been talking to these guys. They are so fucking excited. And I'll jump ahead a little bit and then go backwards. September. So we had to talk today, and we were originally going to do it in like the summertime because it was a whole trying to get. Hold on one second. Yes, to answer your question, TikTok person, it's yes to both of those things. I am like the center of fucking Tremors. It's insane. I don't understand that. So if you got that TikTok, and yes, producer Sean, go over to the YouTube like a good person. Look, producer Sean, look what I'm eating my olives out of. That counts as one. That counts as two. I'm just eating olives because. And yes, so we have kind of decided on September, he actually has to go back to Lone Pine next week. And he's going to talk to everybody there because what it is There's Tina. Tina, producer Sean, Tina's on YouTube. And Afro Pugsley. It's Matt. It's Mike or Matt. Your real name is. He's just said to the summers are gruesome, which they totally are. And yeah, what's Clay do? I gotta mention my TikTok person over here. Hey, thanks. I appreciate the love for Tremors, one of my favorite movie series. Boom. Tina left TikTok. You know what? Wow. Tina left TikTok doom scrolling for this. So fucking love you, Tina. Wow. And everybody's clothes are shrinking. Patrick's gonna bring some 3D printed props and costumes. Booyah. So Lone Pine Tremors Fest for sure happening either like late August or early September. Hey, Nathaniel Cameron's watching on YouTube and on Facebook. How fun. So that's what we got. It's going to be happening September. And I was already messaging everybody today about it. I have emailed Glenn Maddock, even despite our whatever back and forth. I wanted to keep him in the loop. He knows about it. I did message Zach. Obviously, I'm telling you guys. I'm trying to tell everybody. Just the whole thing. I want everyone to be and to give you. Hold on. Zilla Film Studios has a really cool. I put these words in my Tremors movies credits that Tremors brings people together, and everything made by Tremors fans proves me right every day. It's fine if you can't stay, Sean. I'm so happy you're here in general. Like I said, this is what I eat my olives out of now. Hold on. This is just juice. What is this? Okay, I'm literally just going to dump. Look at that. That's what we eat. Tell Dina, Sean. Shh. Or don't. I don't know. It's up to you. You're a free person. And hey, be well. Thank you for being here, Odd. Everybody go check out the Cult of Odd. I'm actually going to be talking about Odd specifically later. He's a literal note. If you look right up there at the top, look at that. Cult of Odd, second thing down. So, because it's been a great show. I'm on episode 30 or 33 or something. Hi, Tina. Olive Brine is great. Love ya. Olive Brine it's okay. Look, guys, I drink it as a joke on the show because it's funny, but it's not great. And I did mention a podcast, son of a bitch. Now the real question is, what do I do to eat the blue cheese and the jalapeno olive? What? Also, the brine doesn't help when you're trying to talk. It's not even that it tastes bad. It's just distracting in my brain. Wow. Okay, I'm good. Cool. We're back. So Lone Pine happening September. Pickle brine is better than olive brine. Best served in a dirty martini. I don't drink, so that doesn't help me, producer Sean. Jalapeno should be swearing. Nah, that doesn't work. I swear all the fucking time. It's got to be something really good. Probably when I do Defying Gravity when it comes on later. What was I saying? Then Lone Pine chugged here. Okay, everybody wants olive brine. I'll drink it. I don't know why I tried to show you. I tried to show you the liquid in my mouth. Look at the liquid. This isn't helping. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh my God. So here, I will let you know. Odd, what I say about you. Hold on. A jalapeno olives for mention of any of the not main cast of any of the Tremor saga, basically anyone behind the scenes. Oh, I want to talk about Lori. That's mean. I love Lori so much. I said Lori the super pat. I want to talk about Lori. And did Lone Pine used to be Twin Pines before Marty went to 1955? Hilariously, yes, that is the reference. If you didn't know, Like that is the like legit reference for that. Okay, cool. So was in Lone Pine. Wow. Daphne's talking about Lone Pine right now. Everybody's fucking talking about Lone Pine. Because that's like I said, they're super excited. That's where I was going. They're super excited to put it on. So the 30th anniversary celebration had like 100 people. These guys are looking to make it even bigger than that. Because I was telling them, we had like 200 people at the Tremors Fest in Santa Fe. And in my mind, honestly, I was like, if we can go like 250, that's cool. But they're like, no, let's get like 400 people. And I'm like, oh my God, what? I know. Oh, wow. I knew you would. And honestly, Thomas thank you. I will consider your rule as a rule because Thomas is the only person that's ever listened to every episode of this show. So Thomas would know. Oh, hold on. What happened? Oh, wow. Oh, my live is just going off like crazy over here. Sorry, TikTok people. So they want to go big with it. And currently the plan is pretty much everything we've already done at Tremors Fest. Costume, trivia, art contests, panels, Q&As, all that jazz, screenings. I'm still not sure about, that was actually something that, yes, Tina, you should watch Tremors. Oh my God, I will send you, oh my God, I will send you all of them or something. Yes, Tina, it's amazing. Like Tina, look, I won a Tremmy, Tina, for outstanding lead actress. Okay. And it's in gold. No. Okay. Is Tremors scary? It has scary moments, but it is best defined as horror comedy for this reason. And I wouldn't even say scary. It is people being eaten, which that's horrific. And no. This is what makes Tremors fun is that like, it's for everybody. Even like, oh, if you're thinking that you're going to be squeamish, no. There's so much extra heart and humanity and humor. Honestly, jokes. I was talking to Glenn. No joke. Glenn and I were emailing about like fans want like an R-rated Tremors and like, but why? Because Tremors has got to have jokes. It's got to be funny. Like that's what makes Tremors. And I was like, oh my God, fucking yes. I talk about that on the show all the time. Well, Patrick, to be fair, her husband is Mitch McCochran, the greatest graboid hunter alive. All right, Tina's husband. That's what it is. Like it's just that's just how it goes. And admittedly, Tina's here. I gotta say it because of Anthony LaFusi and Stevie Wildcard of the We Have Issues podcast, who are a great friend of mine. I'm super sorry I haven't caught the last 3 episodes of your show, guys. I love you. Thank you for everything you're doing. And yes, Mitch McCochran is the greatest everything alive. This is true. And it's free on Tubi. And Chris has been enjoying all the Tremors Fest content. Thank you. That was great for people like me that couldn't be there. You're very welcome. Like that was like I was just fucking filming like crazy. And then a lot of other people were filming, and you got to find it. It's all over the internet. In my humble opinion, and Chris over here, I've been reviewing tons of comedy horror movies online, and none have hooked me in like Tremors. It's true. They just happened upon that last December. Him and Colin just fucking going to town. Ooh, which reminds me, I got to talk about Dairy Girls. And Family Ties. Guys, I watched Family Ties for the first time ever, which is fucking great, by the way. Like, let me just say that. Family Ties makes Michael Gross make so much sense. Like, oh my God, everybody's got to watch that. But no, Tremors is meant to be I wouldn't even say a romp. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be an adventure. Like you have a good time with it. Even in the ones that I make, hilariously. We put our shrieker on a pipe. And then we got these little ropes back here, and then it opens the mouth and closes it. Yeah, that's our shrieker, baby. Yeah, you like that? even in the Tremors movies that I've made and one that we're currently working on, while the story is Brokeback Mountain with shriekers, it's still funny. Like there's lots of really funny moments in it. And really, that's for me. I can't even say I'm a good comedy writer. I let my actors just do it. Like, and actors will just act and be funny. The 50% of the last movie that we made that everybody loved was shit that I had nothing to do with. That people just fucking improvised. So like, I can't even claim credit for it. If you've got shriekers, you've got ass blasters. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Chris. Because that's the exact right way that goes. Not if you've got graboids, you've got ass blasters. If you've got shriekers, you've got ass blasters. Thank you so much. I am proud of you, Chris. But then to go back to the Lone Pine thing, like I said, gonna go big. There will be guided tours. We're gonna have the cast and crew going out to the locations to actually, tell people about everything and such and take them through it. One big thing that I'm really excited about is that we're going to have a fan film competition, and the fan film competition will actually run through the year. To the winner of the competition actually gets their film shown at Tremors Fest. And I will admit, I feel like I need to abstain from this currently. I feel like if I do this, it doesn't count. Mine, whatever, that's fine. This is other people's fan film movies. So I'm really hoping that works out, that people like that. Hey, Witchy, Tremors is their favorite creature movie series. Hell yeah, Witchy. And you didn't leave. Oh my God. Odd didn't leave. Odd went over to fucking TikTok. Wow, bastard. But yeah, we'll have a fan film competition for people through the years, because it's January till September, obviously, to make a movie. And this was actually Zoran's idea, because we were talking about it last year, and like, why don't we do a fan film competition? I was like, I kind of thought that already. Like, you just do it and show the best one that year. Boom, done. So thank you, Zoran Gavojcik, wherever you're at, buddy. Love you so much. So that's one other aspect. And no, we're not going to be doing Desert Jack's Graboid tour. What could go wrong? And yes, Thomas, I do have a leg up on everyone. And yes, Patrick loves the film contest idea. And for me, I want everyone. I've said this for the longest time, that all Tremors fan films are canon to me. That it doesn't matter. Like, did you make a Tremors movie? Guess what? It counts. That's why, to me, there's 80 different Tremors movies. There's a shit ton. Hell, I was finding some the other day. There was a Sweden Tremors. There was one. Oh my God, there's a really funny one. And go. Thank you for being here, Tina. We love you. Enjoy your doom scrolling. Watch Tremors. Even if you just go to Tubi and watch Tremors the series, you don't even need to watch the movie. Watch Tremors the series, find out the right episode order, because it's out of order, and watch it in the right order, and you'll love it. Tremors the series fucking rocks. That's my best. That's my best for you. And it's free too, so do it. Where was I going? I had somewhere. It was over here, and I'm drawing this point. What about talking about fan films. All fan films are fan films. Oh, there was one that I watched yesterday that these guys kept putting in different DVDs, and every time they would put in a movie, it would turn into Tremors 4. And it was from like 15 years ago. They'd put in a movie and it turned into Tremors 4. They put in The Last Samurai, turn into Tremors 4, and to the point where like they even put in a VHS and it turns into Tremors 4, and then it kills them. And I thought that was hilarious. So that fan film counts. Even I don't know what universe is happening there, but I like it. It's in. We're doing it. How do I feel about Bixby? Bixby! Ooh, I feel like Bixby should be an olive. Shit, you know what? Bixby is a blue cheese olive. All right. Holy shit. I think they're good. I think they're fine. Oh, of course, Patrick. I don't do them this randomly in the middle of the week at this late at night. This was just, like I said, I felt really bad that the fires are happening, trying to bring a little joy. And there's a lot to talk about with Tremors. Ooh, that blue cheese olive is really good. Fuck yeah. Ooh, that's good. But yes, I will send an invite and a bounce. Most of the time I do this show on the weekends, although the Suns and Shadows guys have their show on Saturday, so I'm going to try not to interfere with them anymore. And Zilla Films, I made a playlist of my Tremor stuff called Tremors Trailers and Movies for my trilogy, and I hope to make more in the future. Keep doing it, man. All of it. Playlists, always just go. Okay, 1 second. I'm just checking everybody here. Cool. I don't like to make anybody feel like they're not welcome and loved. Wow, so we're almost at an hour. I've scratched the surface of what we're doing here. But anyway, Tremors Fest, Lone Pine, September. Looking to be a good time. I feel like everybody will be there. I can probably get the pilot screened there. Hopefully, Kevin. Honestly, I'm not even hopeful on Kevin. I feel like I can get Kevin, like, legitimately on that one. So yeah, we'll see. To that point, I was even thinking, because I'm gonna keep going here. This Pasadena Comic-Con thing, I was really. So the last couple of days, Rob Diatirli, one of the guys that made the Tremors comics, messaged me and was like, "Hey, they're trying to get people to this Pasadena Comic-Con. Michael Gross and Ron Underwood are already going. Gladys Jimenez is going to. Could you, help us out? You obviously know everybody." I was like, "Sure, why not?" And was doing that, and I kind of completely forgot that these fires. I didn't realize the scope of it until like later, like now, honestly. And so I'm really hoping that the Pasadena Comic-Con does still happen. So I've been trying to contact the guy behind it. I've got his information. I've got nothing. And it's now like, because the world is on fire. Oh my God, I'm a terrible person. Oh my God, I feel so bad. Oh my God. So to anyone that I've done that to that's watching, like Ron Underwood or Robert Jane, I'm really sorry. But I do hope and wish for the best here. Honestly, for me, I guess I didn't realize what LA is. It's one of those. I didn't think of LA in the sense of like you think New York, where you got Manhattan and Staten Island and Brooklyn and Queens and shit or Harlem, stuff like that. LA, it just doesn't seem like that to me. But then it was like, oh wait, is Pasadena a part of LA? Is that one of those? Oh, and I looked it up on a map and I was like, oh my God, they're all on fire there right now. Oh my God, what is happening? This is so bad. I'm a monster. Please don't hate me. Obviously, hopefully nobody really does. Hold on, I got so many different power things running here. I want to make sure I don't lose out. Hold on 1 second. Right to there. Cool. I might need to rotate because now I've just added a fucking power cord to it. Well, Levi, I didn't think about that, did you? Oh, wow, you didn't think you have to add power to the thing that you're doing. Hilariously, the original plan for this episode was going to be me cleaning everything around here, but I broke my lavalier light, my lavalier mics while we were filming. So whoops, lesson learned. And yeah, so that's I didn't realize the scope of it. Thomas is talking about you're good. I didn't realize the scope of it until Stephanie started showing me clips of it, and it's like, wow, it is so so bad. I can't even just yeah. I guess there's nothing to make light of there. Like it's just sad stuff in general. I get that's hopes. I was gonna do hopes and prayers, but no, it's fine. It's what the hell can I do? Besides try to have a good show. Thank you all for that. You know what? We're gonna eat a jalapeno olive for sadness. Ooh. Oh God. Hold on. Jalapeno olive is good. It's not even hot. It's just tasty. That might be better than blue cheese olive. Or I could be wrong. Something's coming back. It's fine. So let's see. If you have any more questions about Tremors Fest, send them my way. I'm here listening in some capacity. Where was I going from there? I get it. Because thank you, Chris. Chris is talking here. By the way, I do love dead air. It lets me think. This is the rare podcast in the world that just goes like. The more vids, and Chris over here, the more vids of Michael Gross from Tremors Fest I've seen makes me love that guy even more. Thank you. That was the thing I was trying to talk about for why are we waiting to finalize the date? So Lone Pine is a really tiny town, okay? Really tiny, really fucking tiny town. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that the hotels and everything are able to accommodate what we're trying to do. That there aren't extra shoots in town, that nobody's filming a movie or anything like that, that there's no other events happening or things like that because you can't. Like they're literally like there's not enough room at the inn for people to be in Lone Pine and Tremors Fest at the same time. I gotta split them up. So that's where we're waiting for that. Hilarious. It's another guy in my life named Steve that has to do with Tremors. Steve is flying back to Lone Pine next week to talk about that and finalize plans. So we'll have a firm date positive by Tremors' birthday on the 19th, on January 19th. So look for January 19th. That'll be firm confirmation. Here's the date in September. And I want everybody to know that, look, we are planning this out far enough. There will be no fucking changing of the date. We were doing this one date. That's it. I don't care. I don't care. That was so bad this last time. It's like we're just one date and that's it. And especially if it's in September, that's a solid 9 months out. Everybody will be able to book. And if you can't, guess what? You probably didn't want to come anyway. That's okay. Although everybody wants to come. That's why Lone Pine is so cool, is that everybody that I've talked to is really excited to go out there and do that. Like specifically there. So that's very cool. And I was going to say something about someone behind the crew, but I'm going to count Thomas's rule on that. That'll be an Olive rule now. If I mention someone on the crew that you wouldn't normally know as an audience person, that's a new Olive rule. God damn it, that's a good one too. So shit, because now I literally have a list here of people, and just so you know, the first one on that list was fucking Lori. Who's Lori Hudson? You'd say, oh yeah, she was the costume supervisor for Tremors, and that woman is amazing. And I love her. I love you, Lori. Yes, and Zilla, Alec here asked if there's something for me to submit my Tremors movie for the fan film competition. Let me know, because I really do want Tremors fans to enjoy my work. Alec, I don't know if you're on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere like that. There's a Tremors Saga group. Follow that group, follow that page. All your updates for that will be there. They'll all be announced there and everything. So follow that for more. It'll be posted on TikTok when it can. Got him. Meme. It'll be posted everywhere possible. No, Chris, if the person on the crew's name is Olive, does that mean you have to eat 2 olives? No, that obviously means I have to go eat a hot pepper. I have to go down to the fridge and eat a hot pepper. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's like, duh. I mean, come on. Eat another olive? For shame. The thing that I realize while I do this show, and I got to admit to everybody that, it's been 2 months. I have had a fear to come back and do this again. I almost was like, it's 9 o'clock. This was originally supposed to start at 8. It started at 9, honestly, because I was getting things set up, but I was like almost gonna not do it because I'm just like, who am I? Who gives a shit what Levi de Bourgeois what has to say about Tremors. Like what the fuck ever. What separates me from anybody else in doing any of this? And I used to say, I don't know. And, Caitlin used to get mad at me because I would say, I don't know. And now she's gotten to the point of like, Levi, you chose to do all of this. You may have like accidentally like fell backwards into it. And then, hey, you saw something that needed doing and you did it. And here the fuck you are now. And I'm just like, okay, I can't argue with you on that. Like, and I don't see. This is the thing. So, are there any crew members named Olive? I need to look that up. I actually see. Are there any crew members named Olive? And then followed up by Thomas. I'm the Tremors guru, all-knowing one. I don't know that. I don't know if there's any Tremors people named Olive. But now I'm going to look it up. Honestly, I need to write it down. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Any crew members named Olive? Okay. We'll find out. Just like Thomas asked me what they say in Spanish. Are you the monster? Are you guys the monster hunters? Ah, wow, crazy job you do. We got it figured out eventually. Can I admit that like I'm just terrified. Okay, I'm I was watching. We were rewatching Scrubs, and thank you, Thomas. Thomas can vouch. I can find it. I bet they're named Olive You. I love you too. There, Agvar. I don't Olive Umberly though. Umberly sucks. I was watching Scrubs, and there's Dr. Cox in it, and there's a moment where Dr. Cox, or I think it was Carla or somebody calling him out for like, you're afraid of success because, once you're successful, then you won't have anybody to blame but yourself for things. And I have to admit, there's a part of me, this isn't even recent, but a long time ago, that did have that fear of like, and it's something that I've wrestled with myself of like always feeling like I have to do it, but realizing no, there's a group effort and a team thing here. And then, oh no, are you like, if you're successful, then you're a fucking failure at the same. I've talked about this on the show. And I come to like realize more and more, and this is actually the really terrifying bit, to joke off of Chris that would be cool if there's a person in Australia named Ivel who thinks they're the all-knowing Tremors guru. Hashtag there could only be one. I mean, it would be funny. I find it hilarious that there's the guy who ran the Burt Gummer subterranean meme stash was also named Levi and from Texas. It just blows my mind. And I'm becoming more afraid recently, trying to figure out, because Tremors needs help. Tremors has needed help from somebody for a very long time. And I don't mean like that Steve and Ron and Brent and Nancy need my help, or that Don Michael Paul needs my help, or that any of you as the fans like need my help. No, I mean like that Tremors itself. Like everybody looks at Tremors as this like this stunted baby B movie thing that's just ridiculous and stupid, and like Tina was asking, is it a horror movie? Well, no, it's not a horror movie. How do you describe it? It's a horror comedy, and part of why I'm here in the first place and doing all the things that I'm doing is because there was a void that the Tremors, like the Universal Tremors, like pages just weren't doing. Like there's so much that fans want to know, want to participate in, want to be a part of. There's so much that the creators themselves want to do, like Bill Watterson and Vincenzo Natali and Andrew Miller and Don Michael Paul and Steve and all these people. Like they want to be a part of it and do things with it. And it seems all over the place. It's just stunted. Everybody gets stunted, and it shouldn't be, because Tremors is amazing. Okay, that's why I was able to name the show Talking Tremors, because I knew that it wouldn't just be about Tremors, because the Tremors of talking. We literally just go everywhere. Just go everywhere. Like it's everywhere. Like if you're to think of the planet, like as its own microcosm, which it is. And we haven't met aliens from space. We're not friends with aliens from space or anything like that. And there's 8 billion people on this planet. And you as a person, you have choices that you make and you live every day with. And most of the time, none of us is ever going to be the absolute best there is at something. It's just a fact. I love singing. I love singing and making up songs. Am I the best in the fucking world at it? No. Go listen to Weird Al Yankovic. Hell, go listen to Jeff Whitmire, who does great parody songs. Go listen to Zoran do it too. Go listen to any number of people. Have a good night, Alec, and enjoy the rest of your time. And everybody go check out Alec's Tremors movies on Zilla Film Studios. That's Zilla as in Godzilla Film Studios on YouTube and on TikTok. Go check them out. But most of the time, you will never be the best. That's not like possible. That and that's that whole and Chris, it starts with tremors, but the aftershocks can be felt worldwide. It's a joke, but it's not a joke. And this show, and I have to say, the fact that there's 6 people here, or there was 12 people earlier, or people that listened after the show, and there's people listening to this that I'm just like, I have a duty. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I have to be responsible because in what I just said. So there's nobody most of the time. You're never going to be the best at something, and I am sitting over here like, oh my god, holy shit, Levi, you're actually one. Like, do you really would you take a step back, Levi, and realize that out of everybody in the entire world, you are the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon to Tremors? Like, it fucking makes no sense. You look at me. You look at all of this around me. I got laundry over here. There's weird shit written on the ceiling. Although I must say, we are starting a Caitlin actually did it, but there's a whole Tremors thing going up here. You can already see Ben Sward's Tremors print and the comic back there, and these back here. We're turning it into a little, and even my friend Ben got me this for Christmas. It's Tremors as one frames, and it's really cool. So this is going back there too. Honestly, I want it to go like up here. I think this is a good spot for it. And my point being is that to most people, and especially if you're watching this on Facebook, most people, I'm a crazy person. I'm wearing a shirt that says "I stand with Schlichting." And it's got a donut on it, and I've got gigantic boobs, and my hair is all over the place, and my chair is missing a fucking wheel. I'm sitting up here, and I go to fucking Santa Fe, New Mexico, fucking twice, and I pay for fucking Conrad's plane tickets and Kate's tickets and fucking Finn Carter's and I'm doing all this all over the place. And I'm just like, you're a crazy person, Levi, but also, who the fuck else is gonna do this? I am, and this isn't even a pity thing or like I need sympathy or anyone to be like, oh, it's okay, Levi, everything's fine. I am just fucking wigging out over here. I will answer. I will read these comments here because they're working. Thomas says that is a fact. You won't be the best or the best all the time. Someone else will eventually show up to be better than you or improve upon what you have done. And then Chris, I didn't mean the tremors, but the aftershocks can be felt worldwide as a joke. It has a really positive message and tremendous fan group. And Thomas over here, sorry if these are coming in late and I'm not getting these in time. You are a fabulous human being that has really invigorated and enlightened me to all the Tremors info and fun of it all. And then Chris, by the end of a stream, I'd like to get back to the mystery of the missing chair wheel. It's broken. I got to get a new chair is what it is. And I will be bringing up, Chris had some wonderful topics. I will be bringing those up later. But I'm sitting over here and I was having, and this brain nugget started yesterday. because I was emailing Charlotte Stewart, and she's like, hey, here's my phone number. Call me. Let's get things going. And I'm like, wow, okay. Like, Charlotte Stewart, bro. Like, it's like, oh my God. I'm just like, I have these people's information and I'm doing all this stuff. And like, what is going on here? And I'm the only person in the world like doing it. Like, legitimately, like, alone. And to the point where I've actually talked about this on the show before, that if somebody showed up and like knew more about Tremors than me, I would be like, oh my God, thank you. Fucking thank God. Thank God. Please. Hey, cool. Let's do this. Can you help me? Let's do this together here. Because even like Octavio, like, I helped write this book, like, legitimately. It may be in Spanish, but 50% of this book comes from me giving Octavio everything. Like, just here's names, here's numbers, here's information, here's fucking everything. And I wrote, that's why this book is thicker. Like, honestly, I have all these tiny graboid toys over here, so I gotta be careful. I'm building a shelf up here too. Like, that's why this book is thicker than this book, because I wasn't around for this book, and I was around for this book. So it fucking shows. And even John has gotten to the point now of like deferring to me on Tremors knowledge, and I'm like, oh my God, bro, I read your book. Okay. And here, I agree, Thomas. I got them hooked on live streams. Mystery solved on the chair, and then I never watched live streams till Talking Tremors. Well, thank you. I do love watching live streams. If you guys ever want to fuck with me in chat and make me do and say random things, I will do all the random things. I love live streams. But I want my conscious self says, my conscious self wants to say, I don't know what I'm doing. But then my subconscious self says, obviously you fucking do. You're doing it. Like, you're here clearly in the moment, like afraid of like taking every next step, but like you're dancing on the floor anyway. Why does it matter? And I don't. I want to share Tremors with everybody. Like, that's what. So that was. I had a thing today, and this is where it was sending me off even more. Where like, I had to help Finn. I had to help Finn with something, like trying to get some more contracts and stuff, and do all that, like help her out, and it was being a go-between between people, and like what I was doing here for the Pasadena Comic-Con. I'm not going to the Pasadena Comic-Con. It doesn't seem like anyone's going. We'll see. Hope, knock on wood. But like, what? Like, do it. Like, I don't need to be there. Just go and do this. Like, I'm alone, and I think it's one of those things that you worry about. I was gonna say you worry about your dreams coming true, but that's not, like, why wouldn't you? Like, that's, you want your dreams to come true. But like, I feel responsible, like, for Tremors now. I say this all the time to people when people like are trying to give me money for like doing Tremor stuff. And I'm like, oh no. I'm not here to make money. Tremors isn't mine. I might make some movies over here off on the side, but I didn't, hang around with Steve and Brett and Ron and Nancy and Michael and Don, Michael, Paul, and all of. I didn't do these things. I didn't do the things that everybody knows Tremors for. Yet I sit over here and I'm like, okay, but you clearly are like holding it in your hands, and you're trying to, like, I would just say protect it, but like, I'm just trying to like blow this fire and grow bigger. And to Chris's point here, I have had many nerdy interests, but I will never have a moment participating in those fan groups like you had when the creators thanked you by name for getting the rights back to Tremors 1. And then to follow it up, you got this, Thomas, you got this. I believe in you 110%. I wish I knew I was on par with you. Also, you solely got the ball moving for Tremors to get back to Steve and Brent. I know, and that's what, like, it's responsibility, I think, is what I'm worried about. Like I said, if I am the 6 Degrees of Tremors, and I told that to Finn, and Finn was like, "Oh, I was actually going to call Kevin and tell him this," and I had to be like, "What? Excuse me, what? Excuse me, Finn, Miss Carter, what were you going to tell Kevin Bacon about me? I would like to know. That's terrifying." And she's like, "Oh, I was just going to tell him I met this person who, like, has saved Tremors and has saved me and is doing all of this for everybody with no cost to themselves and wants you there and wants everybody there to make more Tremors. And thank you, Kevin. You should come out and enjoy that." And I was like, "Finn, I don't know how to handle this." Like, currently, this is not, my brain is dying at the words that you're saying. Yet they're true. And responsibility. Like I said, I feel responsible. I feel like it's not like, oh, I broke the window or I did anything like that. But it's like, it's the equivalent of seeing like a kid in the street about to be hit by a truck, and you're responsible as a person to get the fucking kid out of the way. And then once you've got the kid out of the way, make sure that everything's fine and they've got parents and they're going home and they're not going to get hit by a truck again. And that's having these connections with everybody and doing everything that I've done and will continue to do. It makes me so happy. Like, a lot of the times I don't get anything out of it, and that's kind of what is great. That, like, oh my God, I'm just doing this just because it's the right thing to do. And I want you all to know, please let me lead by example. Just do things sometimes because it's the right thing to do and not because you have to get anything out of it. It's important as a person that you do this. So yeah, I guess the point there is, and to Thomas's, dude, that would be epic if she did that for you. That would be jaw hit the floor, amazing. It would be. And you know what's fucked up is that she will. I know she will. Like, that's at that point. And eventually, you know, I got to go shake Kevin Bacon's hand and have him thank me. And just be like, Michael Gross is like, I think it's funny because Michael might not know yet. There's this like sneaking suspicion, and I think it's slowly starting to dawn on him to where the next time it'll be like, "So Levi, what is this? What? Explain yourself. What are you doing here?" And I'll be like, "Look, sir, I'm just doing what I can with what I got. I can't say I'm always doing the right thing. I'm trying to do the best thing. I'm trying to do the thing that helps everybody. To the rising tide lifts all boats. When we help others, it helps us too. Thank you, Johnny Harmonic." It's true. Like, that's why I gave Octavio all the notes and everything for his book. Just like, shit, man, I don't need them. You take them. Go fucking make a book. What's the fucking matter to me? And to your answer, Thomas, yes, this is now like the greatest possession I own in life. Like, when I put the shelf up, I'm putting a shelf up. It's literally just going to go right here. Just stare at me all the time. And yeah, all these prints, you do, like, they're so cute. Look at these little babies. So cute. And then Chris over here, I hear what you're saying. It makes sense. It is a big responsibility to be a bigger and bigger representative of Tremors, but I hope you also take the time to enjoy the successes. Finn, fast rights. And I do. It's always a great, like, hey, what? It's awesome. I fucking love this to the point. Eiffel in that's hilarious. Eiffel in Australia did not win that award. That's true. To the point where this is the responsibility thing. I don't know if you know this, but this book, Little House on the Hollywood Hills by Charlotte Stewart, is on audiobook. So I've been listening to this, and I'm 42 pages in on audiobook, and I've been taking notes the whole time. And because in my mind, it's like, I should okay, she wrote a book. This is an actress that was in Tremors 1 and 3. Whether or not she's talking about Tremors 1 and 3 in this book, this is important. This is huge. I want to hear this. It's for the same reason that I think Meredith Baxter from Family Ties has a book too that I'm always like, ooh, I would love to get that and skip ahead to the Family Ties stuff. That would be a really good one. And yes, Ivel might have won a Remit, but it wasn't a Tremmy. Hell yeah. But this is the responsibility thing where it's like, look, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right, to the point where I just got to point out. So I've been making notes along the way, and this is the mom from Tremors. All right, everybody, Nancy Sterngood. There's a better picture of there on the back. There's old Nancy. And bro, I've said this before, where it's like, it's wild to me that people are like, oh, Finn Carter got arrested. Oh, some fucking meth. Oh, she looks like shit or whatever. And I'm like, bro, go read this fucking book. Because, man, people get up to some shit in Hollywood. Here's one that I just had to read because it was funny. In wanting that, okay, so by the end of it, this is she's on a show or something. Yes, because I had a great deal more success in this regard in the weed scoring department. And then goes on to, in one of the dressing trailers to share the comforts of weed, when we were all feeling pretty fantastic, there was a sudden loud knock at the door. We got busy inside the trailer, opening windows and fanning smoke and arranging ourselves in a way and such as to not look stoned. And then they open the door and obviously stoned. And there was actually another point earlier. She's literally talking about her abortion. Like she had to go to Mexico to get an abortion in 1960 something. And what's great about it as an audiobook, it's actually narrated by Charlotte Stewart. So she's telling you about her life, and she's talking about going to get this abortion in Mexico, and she's reading it, and you can feel all of her pain. Like she's having to do it. She's doing this for not the entertainment, but because that, she wrote the book, so she's being responsible. She's holding herself to that. You can hear her pain in describing that, the entire procedure. Oh my God, I felt so much for this woman. I've read it. I've already read the book, but then to go and listen to her was an entirely different experience. So I would highly recommend that. If you're listening to my show when it's done, or you're not, and I'm not around, and if you don't have back catalog to go listen to, go get Little House in the Hollywood Hills on Audible. Listen to it, narrated by Charlotte Stewart. Fantastic. But it makes me think about the responsibility. And then Chris over here, when you hear the full story about Finn Carter's legal trouble, it sounds like something that could happen to any one of us. Plus, she looks and sounds great. That was the irony of it when she first told me, was that it was like she was doing far worse things at that time that she wasn't getting arrested for. She actually got arrested for the thing that she wasn't doing. Like she had no idea. It's like, wow, what a fucking world. And Thomas over here, yeah, Hollywood is fucking crazy. Unsettling shit, some unsettling shit goes down. It's true. And I think and this is where it's been hard for me, the last 2 months, trying to come back and do the show. And what's my purpose? It feels like I've had 8 episodes on what's my purpose. Because it's weird, right? It's an entire show about Tremors. How? What are you doing here? What is this? And it's responsibility. That's my biggest. That's why these two things are these two posters are some of my most prized possessions, bigger than anything that Zach could have. That's why the Tremmy is my most prized, because these things are important. These are valuable. Like, you don't just throw people away. Like, these are everybody. These are people like Thomas and Chris and Odd and Tina and Sean and Alec and Johnny and is there anybody else in the chat? And Patrick. These are people. These are like, I have to be responsible. And even if like I said, to go back to this beginning thing, I'm the only person in the world that can do this. That's why this show exists. That's why I'm here. That's why all of this has happened. That's why I actually specifically had to change cameras and leave my phone camera so I could have texts like from Conrad and stuff, like, just because that's, hey, Trey Bowen's here. I love that guy. He's hella cool. Hey, Trey, we are on YouTube at the Tremors Saga. If you wanted to join over there and have your comments live forever. Thanks for liking the TikTok live. But like, I am like, I'm the only person in the world that knows everything about Tremors and then has contact with people with Tremors. Like, I got Kevin Bacon's number. I got Michael Gross's number. I'm not going to use it. I'm terrified to use it, but I have Michael Gross's number. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. What am I going to do with this? I got Michelle Wilson's number. That was a whole thing, which I still got to email Steve, because that was nuts how that happened. Like, Zach went wild. I hope, like, man, that was super, wow. That was crazy. And yeah, thank you, Thomas. With Finn, everyone has a low point in life. It's how you pick yourself up and move on from it and grow and experience from that. That's me, man. That's like, I'm cleaning out. We're up here. This is where we store our clothes and stuff. And I was cleaning out my male clothes. I'm trying to get rid of my male clothes as I move into my more feminine identity and all of this. And it was funny. I was going through a bunch of black clothes that I have. And there was a point in my life where I bought every single Joker t-shirt when the Dark Knight was happening. Like, I bought every single fucking t-shirt of the Joker, and I just fucking happened to find them all, and they're all these black t-shirts in medium and smalls, and I'm like, wow. Oh, talk about a what am I as a person, like, kind of going through here thing. Whoa. And I had a point there. Hold on, because you both just said something really good there. That hold on. It's coming. Maybe if I drink some olive juice. No, I don't know why I thought that would help. Oh, I was gonna say, me too personally. I can't even say that I've always been a great person. I am so happy to be changing and becoming better and a different person all the time. And I want to be able to look back at myself 10 years from now, 20 years, 30 years from now, and be like, man, even that Levi had something to learn and was learning. And look at you, you're still going. Levi, you're up there on the Oscar Tremmy stage getting an actual Tremmy for your Tremors movie. Look wow, what an idiot you were. So beautifully stupid. Milk was a bad choice. That's an impression. And then to Chris's point, if I don't do the podcast, then the giant underground worms win. In all seriousness, you bring a needed voice and a positivity that is very badly needed in the Tremors world and this world too. Thank you. Here, I'll answer Thomas's question. So am I still figuring out the Steve situation? Hilariously, no, I just didn't even, I need to, okay. So I'm going to tell everybody what happened. All right. If you watched the very last episode of this, actually, Tremors Fest. And then Thomas, wow. And to jump on Chris's comment, if you don't make this podcast and speak up, Universal will win and end it all. This is true. Like, think about it. If you've been listening to this show from the beginning, like Thomas has, then you know full well I know everything, and I have called every single move Universal has done before they've done it, because I'm not fucking stupid. And it's true. So to that point, please, if anybody has any questions about what the new Tremors will be and all that stuff, I'm here for it. And this is to the Steve thing. So a thing happened. So Zach Willie, he is the largest Tremors collector in the world. And you know what? More power to him. What a fucking collection that man has. Holy shit. It is awesome. It's amazing. I had hooked up with Lori Hudson, and that counts. Honestly, I'm going to mention a behind the scenes person, and that counts as an olive. Although I will do a blue cheese olive. Because, it's not helping. Oh my God. It was a bad choice. I realize other shows. Ooh, no, I'm not in a bunker TikTok person. That other shows, when they have drinking games, there's multiple people, so you don't have everybody just all at the same time. So Zach Willie, world's largest Tremors collection, honestly quite impressive. Lori Hudson, the costume supervisor, like the lady who did all of the costumes for Tremors, I got hooked up with her because of Mike Malone at Tremors Fest, and she brought so much stuff. She brought a fucking bag, and a box of production notes and pictures and a script with notes and everything. Oh my God, talk about a goddamn fucking treasure trove. And I was like, oh my, Lori, I want to send this to the Lone Pine Museum. I would like to take this home, scan it. I want to scan every fucking bit of this. Hey, Trey Bowen's here. What's up, bro? I want to scan it. I want to take every bit of this and upload it to the internet for every single person to read, so the next person can make a bigger Tremors guide and all that jazz. And then send it to Lone Pine, because nobody should. And then I will leave that comment up and then come back to it. Fucking amazing, just amazing. And I had told Lori, like, watch out, because Zach will try to get all this stuff off of you, and we'll see. And lo and behold, guess what, guys? Zach got it. Like, kind of badgered Lori a little bit, and she ended up selling it to, although she was very hesitant on it. And Zach actually came over to me as it was happening and was like, look, hey, no, I know that you wanted this or whatever, but I'll make you a deal that, I'm going to make a bunch of copies of this and I'll send all of it to you, and you get to do all that you want with it. That's yours. And I'm like, I was talking to Finn about this earlier. I'm a very forgiving person. People can screw me over and I can still run right back to them, and why not? I'm going to keep trying. And Zach, I was like, you know what? I'm going to trust you. All right. I'm going to try. And then he was like, well, here's my driver's license. Take a picture of it, so that way, you can come get me. And I was like, I don't think I need to do that, but no, I will take your driver's license and take a picture of it. Fuck yeah, I'll do that. And he was like, well, is there anything that I can do right now? Because obviously I was very upset. I'm still upset, because it's like, Zach, that doesn't need to go to your house. That needs to go to a museum. Your house isn't a museum. As much as you say you want people to go through it, that's not the point of your house. The Lone Pine Museum, that's the point of it. And I was like, hey, he's like, okay, I'm just dealing with whatever, man. He's like, well, what would it take for you to be less worried? And I was like, give me Michelle Wilson's phone number. And he's like, deal, done. And just boop, slid it up. There's Michelle's number. I was like, okay, whatever, sure. I wasn't going to do anything with it. It was just like, I knew you had it. But you know what? Hey, what's Michelle's number? Are you trying to, what do I want from you? Give me something. How about that? Well, whatever. And it's funny too, because actually, Michelle and I follow each other on TikTok, so I could just message her there. Anyway, it was more of a, just give me your number. Why not? And while we were recording the Tremors Fest episode, so if you're watching the Tremors Fest recap episode with me and Caitlin in the car, there's a point, and this is why it's split into 3 parts. Well, one reason is because I was scared that the audio wasn't working. And then the second one was because all of a sudden I got a message in the middle of it that was Zach freaking out because Steve had emailed him and was like, so apparently you got like, you gave like Michelle's phone number to Levi. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Levi's probably not going to do anything with it. Just don't do that. And Steve even emailed me too at the time, and I haven't emailed back because Zach emailed me, because I was immediately like, once we were done with the episode, I was like, okay, I'll take care of this then. And I emailed him. I was like, oh, I'll just tell Steve that like you gave it to me. Like, who cares? Not a big deal. It shouldn't be, right? And Zach just went fucking wild for like 2 hours, like calling me like, no, you can't, you promised me that you wouldn't tell anybody. And I'm like, okay, like I did, but now like fucking Steve Wilson's asking, like, I feel like this supersedes the thing. And Zach's like, oh, I already told Steve that you had like photographically memorized it and you got it off my phone and read it. And that's how you got it. And it was like, but okay, it makes me sound like a fucking crazy person. That's weird. But whatever. And Zach was like, just don't email. Just don't tell him. Don't say anything to him. And I'm like, oh my God, this is Steve Wilson. This is a guy that I love and respect and admire. And like, you're telling me I can't tell him the truth? It's fucking, it's bugging me. And for 2 months, I actually haven't messaged Steve at all. And I'm sitting here like, I really need to, because I got stuff to talk to him about. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say, because the last email he sent me was like, hey, I know you have Michelle's number, please try not to use it. And it's like, I just want to tell you the truth, and I can't, and I don't know what to do. And I'm fucking like, and then all of this time, just so everybody knows, and Zach, if you're listening, I'm not necessarily mad at you. I'm just like, what is going on? That like, Lori and I still don't have our copies. He literally specifically told Lori he was going to work on making physical copies to send to her to have. And then for me, I was going to get digital copies, but nothing. He even called me, like we were still in Santa Fe, and it was like Monday because we stayed in a couple extra days to go to Meow Wolf and stuff. And it was like, oh, hey, I'm going to be right on that, like copying that right away. And it was like, I don't know why you called me to tell me that it's like a day later. Why would I'm not worried. And I told him, I was like, I'll talk to you in like 3 weeks. That was kind of my timetable. And I'll give you like a month. If you're not doing it in a month, I'll ring your doorbell then. And now it's been 2 months, 2.5. And I'm just kind of sitting here like, okay, this is happening. I don't know. So that's Steve. To answer Thomas's question, the Steve thing is like up in the air. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, what I'm going to do, I've already thought about this, is because I have Michelle on TikTok. I was gonna message her and be like, hey, I'm sorry. Obviously I could just message you here. I hope you're well. I'm not going to use your number. Although it's one of those things that I would love to know Michelle's thoughts on this stuff. But I'm also like, it's not worth it. And yes, Thomas. Yes. Like I said, and Lori's upset too. I'm not going to lie. It's part of why I don't mind bringing it up, is that Lori is just kind of like, okay. She's been having bad, and Lori took Caitlin and I out to dinner on that Monday night too. And that was actually when Zach called me. It was after actually at dinner, and I called him back after dinner. And she was like, I think I made the wrong choice there. I'm like, Lori, it's too late. And I'm not going to blame you. It's fine. We'll figure this out together, kind of a thing. We'll see, and then her and I were talking just a couple weeks ago. And she's like, nope, still nothing. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We'll deal with that. And to that point there, then on the flip side, because I've talked about Zach, I would like to say that I have actually reached out to Glenn and emailed him, and we're on some sort of a decent page now. He honestly asked me to say something to you guys on the podcast. He knows about Lone Pine. No, he didn't get Earl's hat. No, he did not get the hat. Which that would be cool. I would love the hat. I don't know. He could have taken a costume. I don't know. It was just like all of that stuff was stuff that everybody could use. Like it's all that like everybody could have gotten something out of that instead of it just sitting at some dude's house. Like I don't have it. Actually, for me, I have like I need to do one thing where I have these Cinefex like magazines. I got 2 of these. I need to scan these and get them up there because these are actually, there's interviews and stuff in here that people like don't know about. I'm like, oh, I need to get that up there. That's what I did with this. Like, I made sure like to scan pages and put this up there because this is something that you don't see like the full booklet of. And I made sure to like get that scanned and put up there for everybody because it's not just mine. I need to make better banners of these back there so everybody can have. That's why I was making little tiny ones so everybody can have one. Like, it's not just mine. That goes back to the responsibility thing of like, I am not in charge of Tremors. Everybody is. So here, you get a piece, you get a piece, you get a piece, you get a piece. That's why I love Thomas and Chris. You guys both here right now is just, you understand we're all working on this together. You take that. You take that. I love Chris's little thing that he did for Dean Norris. And then Thomas made the costume contest come alive with his fucking little statues. Like those trophies were amazing. And then Chris over here, you and Glenn being on good terms reminds me of Rocky IV when Rocky Balboa convinced the Russians to applaud for him. I don't understand that reference, but I like it. Sure, why not? You'd be surprised how many of my enemies that I can work with. I'm a very amicable person. I don't know what I was going to say there. I really don't know what I was going to say. And Thomas, I will make sure that I have a post somewhere in the Facebook group. Look up like Perfection Survival Book or something like that, and the pages are up there. But yeah, it should be done, and it's not being done, and it drives me nuts. Although there is something that I won't talk about on here, but I will tell you guys about. It's hilarious that there's something that's going to Lone Pine. I might have to pay $500 for it, but it's not mine. I'm not getting anything out of it. I might have to pay $500 in shipping for Lone Pine to get something that I'm just like, this is hilarious. So yeah, that's, like I said, Glenn, Zach, I'm less on Zach. Glenn, whatever, it's fine. And it's interesting. That's my point there about talking about stuff. And then Chris was really hoping Dean Norris would show up at Tremors Fest maybe next year. Honestly, now we've got all this time. Like, now I can get these people. If it's in September, I have all of this time to get all of these people, make this happen. And it's closer. Once it's in like closer to LA. Oh, hey, Forrest is here. Oh, I'm glad. I fucking love Forrest. What an interesting guy, man. Seriously. Forrest has got a great podcast, a great show too. Check out his channel. And you know what, Forrest? I haven't even talked about how I've been. So let's see. Okay, I actually did. Okay, all that. Okay. Yeah, I could talk about myself if I wanted to. Have you guys seen Wicked? Wicked is amazing. Or Dairy Girls, or Family Ties, or Only Murders in the Building, or I just started watching Torchwood Miracle Day the other day, or Bad Times at the El Royale. I finally watched No Time to Die, Argyle, The Murder on the Orient Express, A Haunting in Venice, and the fucking Death on the Nile one. It's been weird. And Thomas, yeah, I wanted to see Dean Norris too. I'm tempted to go to the Albuquerque Comic Con to see him. Hey, it's close. No, it's not close to you because you're still in Texas, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But fuck yeah, make the chance. If I could make it out to Pasadena, I sure as hell would. But yeah, it's just wild in my life, man. Like I said, like getting fucking Charlotte yesterday and to helping Finn today and Kevin Bacon tomorrow, and just like talking to Ron and Robert being worried about fires over here. It's just fucking wild, man. So who gives a shit about Levi? I do. I should give a shit about me, shouldn't I? That seems like it would be appropriate to give a shit about me. I feel like there's something more there. I mean, I'll probably reach around to it. So like, what's my life been like? And again, oh, I know what I needed to talk about. Hold on. I wanted to bring those up from Chris. I wanted to write these down for you, Chris. That way I had them. Hold on. Where were they? Where was it? Chris, where were you? You're down here. Chris had some good topics. Hold on. I wanted to write these down. Oh, the porn rebooted. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you. Dean said the TV show is a hidden gem, and he loved Twitchell, so hopefully he'll be amenable to hanging out with Michael Gross and the fans. I feel like that. Yes. And hold on. Tremors porn 2025 rebooted. Okay. I got your topics here. Booyah. Okay. But I was going to talk about me because I'm cool too. I did see this really great comedy show. I Stand with Schlichting. Just to give you an update. So what this shirt is specifically is that he's a teacher, and he had brought donuts in for everybody and left them in the break room. And he's a comedian, and he was like, "Hey, I baked everybody a whole bunch of donuts. Haha, I spent so much time baking them." And one of his fellow teachers was like, "You didn't bake those. You did not bake those." And so Chris kind of like kept escalating the joke, like, "Oh man, I got flour on my face. Oh, I baked." You didn't fucking bake those. And this like teacher keeps getting more and more upset to the point where he like actually reaches out to their superintendent and like gets this guy in trouble for like fake making these donuts. And he even reads the email like on stage, and it's hilarious. It just like, so now he has these "I Stand with Schlichting" t-shirts because of the donuts. And Chris Schlick, you know what? His last name is crazier than mine. Schlichting, or it's equally as weird. I don't know. So that's funny. There's a new show. Okay, Dairy Girls. I have fallen in love with a show called Dairy Girls. Okay, look, I'm gonna this olives are ready to go here. I gotta think of the impression. Because it's a whole thing. Okay, you're out here. Let me get here. Let me get in a little closer spot. A little closer, a little closer, a little harder. Oh, Jerry, you can't be up in there, Jerry. No, listen. And I know Chris. Chris is over there because he's got an Irish co-host over here on his other channel. And it's a whole, listen, Joe, I don't care what you're doing. You're doing it too much. It's my family. I've been married to your daughter for 20 years now, Joe. Okay. Orla's actually, hold on. I will eat these olives and say, it's just that, I like to think that if blueberries were a type of waffle, I would eat them all the time. It's so good. Really? You freaking think so, Orla? You're up in here doing your stuff. Anyway, my point being is that I have fallen in love with the Irish accent, and it's a hilarious show, just in general. Like, it's only got 3 seasons, and there's only 6 episodes a season. Highly recommend it. And like, it's funny and it's heartwarming. That's always my biggest, like, yes. And it's British too, so they make a good story and they get in and out. Listen here, Chris Andrew. I'm here. I'm calling on the Horrific podcast. I'm trying to, there's a lot, a lot of girl bosses, a lot of really just terrible writing, and I think this is more Scottish. I've gone Scottish now. This is Jonathan Melville. I'm Jonathan Melville of Seeking Perfection and Local Hero, and It's a Kind of Magic, which is there's a whole thing here, totally. I don't really care anymore. I'm going to continue in this account now. I've gone French. Now I am speaking of the French people. I have a grabouille. I have fucking just destroyed 3 different countries. I am so sorry. Honestly, that's what a jalapeno's for. That was not. Hey, Ollie's here. What's up, Ollie? You should go to YouTube at the Tremor Saga. That's where your comments live forever, Oliver Blue. Oh, and Ollie's writing some movies too. I really hope to get filming some of those sometime. Oliver, that's your cue. Let's go film some stuff. Ooh, that was worth it though. But Dairy Girls, great show. Been loving it. And I must say again, Family Ties. If you've never watched Family Ties, it holds up. Okay, I just started watching it. fucking amazing. We're only on season 2, but god damn, man, Michael Gross can act like a motherfucker, and those stories are still relevant today. And to answer your question, Thomas, no, Jarrett did not finish his movie, which you probably surmised from messages. But that is a relevant show. Like, I know what you're thinking. It's a 1980s laugh track sitcom. Nope. Family Ties holds up today. And hell, the 3rd episode of the show is Michael J. Fox getting groomed and partially raped by an older woman. Like, that's the 3rd episode. And they go there. Like, he comes down in a bathrobe looking like Hugh Hefner after he just, this stuff. And god damn, there's an episode where they get robbed, like their house gets robbed, and then Michael Keaton goes and buys a gun, and it's hilarious watching Michael Gross, Steve Keaton, like look at this little pistol and just kind of like, so is this big enough? Is this gonna like hurt? Like just like gingerly like holding it, and then they don't even use the gun in the episode because that's the point. There's one, they have a Thanksgiving episode where Elise and Steve Keaton are in jail for protesting, and they actually spend the entire Thanksgiving episode and they eat Thanksgiving dinner in jail because they would rather be in jail than sign a document that said, oh, we'll let you out if you promise to never protest anything ever again. And which is like, whoa, this is like an 80s show. This is amazing. This is still culturally relevant. Like, fuck yeah. Just, it's good. Like I said, Family Ties. You'd think, like on a Tremors podcast, maybe some of you have heard of Family Ties and have watched it. Again, highly, highly recommend it. Also, Meredith Baxter Burney is fucking smoking. Also, and on this other note, Steve Keaton, fucking Michael Gross is Steve Keaton, is a very attractive man. All right, I'm completely transgendered straight, which means I'm a lesbian. I think that's what that means, and I'm here to tell you that Michael Gross is banging in that show. Oh, smoke show. God damn. I get it. I get why it ran for so long. And then now he's Burt Gummer. And it makes so much sense. Amazing. Let's see. The clothes fell down. I will deal with that later. That's fine. Just so you can, everybody, they fell down. They all fell down over there. This is the Talking Tremors podcast. I don't give a shit. You get to see all the dirty little mistakes. I hope that's why people enjoy this show, because there's everything. Also, Michael Gross or Sam Elliott, who's the better Silver Fox? That's for everybody. Ooh, I gotta say, I'm sorry, Sam Elliott. Even with Michael Gross, Sam Elliott, always hot. And Oliver Blue has a lead single coming soon, Nocturnal Animals for something. Oliver, you should come over to YouTube and say those things so I can put your comments on the screen. I can't put them on the screen on TikTok. It's not how that works. That's why Trey Bowen's over here. What's up, Trey? But Sam Elliott wins the Silver Fox competition. Just fuck yeah, amazing. Bad Times at the El Royale. That was a fantastic movie. Cynthia Erivo's in it. I've been wanting to watch it forever, and then finally, oh, hey, Cynthia Erivo, let's fucking check it out. And that was really good. I know it was panned when it came out, but it's pretty good. Argyle, okay. It was okay. I didn't hate it as much as everybody else seemed to do. No Time to Die. I really love that. As a last Bond movie, that was really good. That was stellar. I really need to go back and rewatch that. That was a lot of fun. It was a great ending to Daniel Craig's Bond years. Fucking love that so much. What else? Because there's so much. It seems like it's only been 2 months, but this so much has happened. So much. And then Chris over here. But who caused the clothes to fall down? The new mystery after the wheelchair. Hashtag grab your magnifying glass. I'll tell you who caused the clothes to fall down. I did, because I put too many clothes on it. That's what. Mystery solved. I'm a regular Benoit Blanc. Nocturnal Animals coming soon. Welcome to the age of goth pop. And now that I'm here, listen, I must take a moment amongst everyone and everything that is currently happening here amongst this podcast and say to all of you that to investigate this murder, this mystery of the fallen clothes, and well, of course, the chair which is missing a piece. It is more than a twist ending. Well, it's a pretzel hole inside of a donut hole inside of a Cinnabon twist. And I understand what you're saying here. This is perplexing, absolutely baffling to the point of mere confusion. But these underground, subterranean creatures that you speak of, well, they simply could not exist, I tell you. Yes, I have some colleagues on occasion have gone missing in the desert, but these are simple things that could easily be wrapped up in a bow of sorts to tell you as a viewer, as the audience itself, that we have reached the terminus of gravity's rainbow. I understand it's a book that nobody's fucking read, but it's a good title. I like a good title. It's not a character. It's not my own character. It's fucking Benoit Blanc from Knives Out. Thank you. I love this character. This person needs to be the next Tremors movie you make. That sounds like a case for Dale Cooper. You know, I would love that. Actually, that's why Dusty's coming down on Friday, was so we could talk about making more Tremors movies. Like, he wants to be in some, which I will talk about the Tremors movie that we have made. I should talk about that. But that would, hold on. I need to eat an olive for the first one, and I'll eat an olive to prep for it. Okay. Mr. Bergman, on the night in question, were you near anyone in Chang's Market? Well, of course, I understand you were out checking your Seismo equipment. Now, please, for the room, tell us all just exactly the process involved with investigating such things. So I do not mean to pry in no unreasonable sense, but I must ask you to be peculiarly focused on the truth, if you may please. Why, yes, Jody, I will take a tea. Thank you. No, okay, and I just gotta say, look, okay, hold on. Glass Onion is amazing. Fuck yes. Better than a cold day. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I will say this, Chris. Both Knives Out movies are amazing. And now that you say that, hold on. That's actually not. Hold on. Benoit Blanc investigates graboids. That's actually a good one. Yes, because it's the investigator needs to investigate the ass blaster's neck. That's actually. Ooh, Hoss Bossman's here. Hey, Hoss Bossman, if you're on YouTube, go to YouTube at the Tremor Saga. That way your comments can live forever. You're a really funny guy. I really like watching you. You have great lives. You have great. You're a great guitarist. But that would be a great Tremors movie. Like a private investigator goes to figure out why all these disappearances are happening, and it's fucking graboids or shriekers or ass blasters. Ooh, that's really good. Okay, look, Chris, you will get writing credit on that one, because that's really good. Ooh, that's really good, guys. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Oh, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be it's gonna be so cool. Awesome. Wow. Now I'm just thinking. Hold on. I want to see Haas, if you're here. Hold on. Haas is still there. I do want to talk about Ollie. I'm on fucking. I can't listen to a voice message right now. What the hell, man? Wow. Really, dude? Yeah, this is. I was going to show some of the torch, but I need to. I will do that another time. Ollie, I can't watch your thing while I'm doing my own show. That doesn't work like that. That doesn't work like if you're listening, Oliver. Jesus Christ. Just a really Chris, actually, yes, Benoit investigates ass blasters, and then just a really serious investigator talking about missing persons carried away by flying ass blasters would be fun. Well, but see, here's the thing: you'd actually, so he couldn't know that ass blasters exist. That would make the premise like not work as well. Although you could reach a point in the script where you actually give like he comes up with different names for him, or his like partner, whoever he's got with him or whatever, like comes up with it, an even stupider name than ass blasters would be hilarious. But that character himself, to make that premise work, wouldn't know about graboid streakers or ass blasters. They would have to be investigating it like it's an actual murder and such. That's a better conceit for what you're going for. And yes, Oliver, for personal, I get you. So yeah, I was trying to look at my phone, but I realized I don't have that specific storage card. The filming for the movie, I'm pretty excited about. We still have to shoot Logan's wife yelling at him. Oh, hold on one second. The scene of him explains what he thinks happens when they get carried off. Yes. And then they're investigating a regular missing persons murder at first. That's great. Like I said, and this is what I was explaining to Glenn, where it's like, you've got to have a reality to the situation. It can't just be wild, wacky, crazy horror. You have to bring in something. You're fine, Johnny. Don't worry. You're fine. The grounding of it is very important. So we have to film Logan's wife yelling at him, and then I have some extra scenes with Logan in the daytime to film, which is the scenes of the other character after they have jumped off the cliff and everything and all that. And then he buries him. But here's my thing. All right, here's plot twist. The plot thickens for people. All right, was that originally the movie was going to end with Logan's character like looking off in the distance, and then they hear a shrieker scream, and we can't tell if it's like real or if it's in his memory. And that was going to be the end. Now I have a new ending that I love this so much because it's so fucking wild. So we start the story grounded, and then we just keep going up like this. That's the point. And so what it is that these two guys went Bigfoot hunting. They're out Bigfoot hunting. They both want to suck each other's dicks, but they're both not exactly saying it. They end up finding shriekers. The shrieker things happen. One of the characters, the shrieker things happen, and Logan's character is now like walking around after it's all done, and there's one shrieker that he didn't kill, that didn't die. They thought they got them all, but there's one shrieker that like now it's like stalking him, like, and it's not like for a long time. It's like stalking him through the wood as he's doing this, and it's about to, at that point where the shrieker scream would have happened, that would be this shrieker running at him to attack him. And while Logan is like fighting it off and trying to beat it, like this is like, you'd think this is it, Bigfoot actually shows up, like actually fucking shows up and fucking grabs the shrieker, and they fight, and then it fucking like rips the thing off and throws it over a cliff, and it's fucking awesome. And then Logan and the Bigfoot like share a moment, and that's the end of the movie. And it's fucking amazing because it does two things. So here's this movie that like okay, so they're looking for Bigfoot. Oh, okay, we know what's gonna, oh my god, it's shriekers. They're fucking fighting shriekers. There's no Bigfoot. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? Okay, no Bigfoot. Okay, and that person's dead. This is sad or whatever. Okay. Oh no, they didn't kill a shrieker. Oh shit, what's he gonna do? Oh my fucking god, it is Bigfoot. Bigfoot has actually shown the fuck up, and then boom, that's the end of the movie. Boom. And it works too, because it's actually a reference to how in the original Tremors series, there was going to be an episode that had Bigfoot in it, but Bigfoot was dressed up like a ghost to scare people away so they wouldn't invade Bigfoot's territory. So there's already this precedent set by like Stampede. And exactly as Johnny just said, you had me, then you lost me, then you had me again. Now I'm hooked. It's amazing, right? Like, it's just like, okay, this is really stupid, but I love this. No, Bigfoot. Okay. And then Logan and Bigfoot fall in love. And then Bigfoot picks him up and takes him back to his cave. And, then it's like that, Tenacious D thing. And look, man, your drumming is kick ass. Yeah. Okay. It's just that me and KG are not comfortable being a power trio. Okay? We love you, Bigfoot. Sasquatch, we know your love is real. Sasquatch, hey, you and Tenacious D are real. Hey, those guys were pretty great, yeah? Yeah. Who should I tell told him? Tell him it was a friend. Sasquatch. Hey, look, you better tell them it was Sasquatch. They're not going to know who you're talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. All right, bye. Oh, that was, wow. Please, if there's anybody in the chat that understood that reference, I will love you so much. I will wait. Maybe somebody will do it. And yeah, Bigfoot, the bigger the foot, the bigger the dick. That would be funny. Oh man, Bigfoot lore is rife with a treasure trove of goodies. There's a reason I call doing a U-turn flipping a Yeti. Good pitch, solid. Or him and Bigfoot have it out and we don't know who won the fight. I mean, that would work too. I figure if Bigfoot's coming in and knows that the Shrieker is a threat enough that he probably wouldn't fight the other person. That was my assumption. In terms of like as an animal and as like if Bigfoot has a society that you're so close. You're so close, Ollie. Close. It's not that. You're close though. That's actually Papageno, he's my sassafras. That's what ooh la la la, ooh Papageno, he's my sassafras. That one counts totally from the jar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bigfoots are tribal. I assume that they would have to have a primitive sort of like society of people or something. And so that's why I think he wouldn't attack Logan at the end. If Logan's not being threatening, I think it's even cooler because then what I want the idea then to be is that like, that it's always, and I always try to do this with every single one, at least so far. Why we don't know more about these things, and it's because sometimes telling the story makes no sense. It can happen to you, it can be right there in front of you, people can die around you, and yet you try to tell somebody that you went Bigfoot hunting and you found a bunch of fucking chickens and fucking your friend died and then fucking Bigfoot showed up. You're telling me you say that to anybody anywhere that they're gonna fucking believe you? No, nobody would. I mean, honestly, I feel like I would believe if somebody came to me like that. I'd be like, okay, what do you have to lie about? But I feel like most people wouldn't. I'd be like, I'm in the outlier there. And then Thomas or Bigfoot throws a sheet over himself and says boo and runs off, leaving Logan sitting there confused. That would honestly, that's the alternate ending. Boo, and it just fucks off. I love it. but it's really cool, and I need to really get a better start on editing. I'm not gonna lie, what I want to start editing is the hardest part, and I'm just like, oh, it's beautiful. If you want me to like, if you're in the chat and you want me to send you like a video of something, honestly, it's the torch scene. That's one of my favorites. Let me know. I'll totally send you it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who doesn't want it spoiled. But it's gonna be pretty cool. I guess that's what I showed our Shrieker earlier. I'm excited for it. It's in and it's gonna be fun. And I wanted to. So Glenn asked specifically, like Glenn Maddock wanted to put this out to the podcast and put it out to podcast land for people to talk about. So, how much R-rated should Tremors be? And I told him my opinion, where it's like I don't think not too much. Like I think PG-13 is why Tremors works so well. It's a great little sweet spot right there. Don't overfuck with it. You know, like that's the humor and the family friend. And he was even talking about jokes, and he was kind of like he wasn't complaining. He was more like talking about the comics. Like, you know, the comics are cool, but like I read them and I'm like, where's the jokes? And I'm like, I kind of see that too. Like, it's got to be funny. It's what we were telling Tina when Tina was in here, that like, no, it's kind of scary, but it's really fucking funny at the same time. That's what makes Tremors really cool. That's why I can have a whole podcast about it and be ridiculous, because it somehow fits the tone, because it's funny and serious and we go back and forth here. And I was telling Glenn, I was like, yeah, you know, what I said that earlier was like, you know, I'm not the best joke writer, but I try to let my actors have fun with it and do that. And to me, I don't think Tremors should be R-rated. It should, you know, maybe you make a detour every now. Maybe one movie is R-rated. Maybe one episode of the TV show is a little R-rated. Like if you've ever watched the Shrieker episodes of the TV show, they're very gory and hardcore, but they still land in the PG-13 level. Like the Flora or Fauna episode where people are like melting from the like the plants are killing, and they're literally fucking melting in skeletons. It's horrible, and it's still PG-13 because it just like rides that line. And I told Glenn too. I was like, I think the closest we can get to nudity is episode 3 of Tremors the series with Rosalita's wet t-shirt contest. I'm trying. That was for, if you're listening only in podcast land, you need to go to YouTube because that's where it's at. And I even told him, I was like, I think the closest you can get is that, and then maybe like we show Kevin Bacon's butt because people like Kevin Bacon's butt. That's the best we got. We saw Earl's butt. You know, that's how that goes. But it shouldn't be too R-rated. It shouldn't be. I feel like it's like no, and Glenn doesn't want to do R-rated. Even Glenn was kind of like, I don't like, he was talking about seeing something that I've seen myself too, that lots of fans are like, oh yeah, no, there should be like a hard R Tremors with like a huge budget, man. And like, it's like, no, I don't think you understood anything that came before. No. But it's fine. You don't. Honestly, I'll just send you the torch clip because it's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. But no, and Glenn wasn't actually. Glenn was kind of advocating against like the idea of a hard R, where it just doesn't. It feels like. And Chris is right. I think PG-13 too. No more lion pissing on Bert, and then. Thomas is saying, I want to say yes to the unedited clip, but I don't want to spoil it. And I kind of agree. The comics were missing some jokes, and I get why he wants to do it R rating. It would be cool, and it would be like as a one-off. I don't think the entire series should be R. I don't think the entire saga, the entire franchise should be R. It should stretch. And I even compared it to when I was talking to him, I was like, I compared it to Doctor Who, which is very much a PG-13 show that has moments of like R. Like there's some moments where like people are turning into Daleks that are horrible, or people are vaporized or terrible. Like the mummy, are you my mummy? Are you my mummy? From the Ninth Doctor. that is some fucking hard R imagery in a very PG-13 package. Like those people, like the gas mask zombies, and their faces are literally becoming the gas mask, and it's fucking horrible. But it's kind of like a one. They don't do it all the time, and it's still the PG-13 sense, but you still get it. And I told Glenn, with Conrad, it's something I said to Conrad the entire weekend I was driving. And first thing I said to him was like, look, man, not going to lie to you. This is super weird because you are burned into my brain. Have a good night, Johnny. I'm going to be wrapping up here soon. I got a couple more things, but I'm not going to go too long. Good night, all, and to all a good night. And then it's a great point because it's a tough balancing act between serious, silly, and horror accessible. But Tremors 1 had it perfect, and the show 2, so it can be done. And that's where, I was bringing it up in terms of our movie because I still try to do the same thing. It's really funny to have people who aren't necessarily actors all the time try not to say the F word. And I even told them, like, Nick and Logan and Ben and Dessa and Justin, every time we've done one of these, that it's like, look, I get it. Like, it's like, if you have to drop the R or like drop the F-bomb, that's fine. We'll deal with that. Hold on one second. I got it. Hold on. Damn it. I got cords because everything needs to be charged because I didn't plan this out because I'm bad at my job sometimes. Just to hear noise. Hope this works. Hold on. I didn't kill anybody, right? Oh, I hope not. We'll see. Okay. Nice. But that's as far as we go with our R rating. We're dropping F-bombs. And to me, that's actually not worth an R rating. And I think that's one of those things that actually harkens back to the first Tremors, how they let Fred and Kevin swear all they wanted because they're cowboys. Because why wouldn't they? Hell, like when me, Nick, and Logan were out filming in the woods, it's like, why the fuck wouldn't I be fucking swearing? I'm in the middle of the fucking woods and I'm being attacked by fucking chickens. What the fuck is going on? I was like, I get it. You know what? Fine. Ours are like, that's where, hold on. I listen, chap. Like, why wouldn't you be dropping the F-bombs? And honestly, Dessa has my favorite F-bomb in our movie so far. It was like, could you believe he called me a fucking cinnamon roll? And I was like, I'm not cutting that. That's fucking hilarious. I'm not fucking cutting that. I can't. It's the delivery of like, can you believe he called me a fucking cinnamon roll? And it's just like, God damn, I love you, girl. But I think that's as far as you should go with that package. And if I'm wrong, if there's the 3 to 8 people who might be around, I don't know. And if you're in the comments later, obviously, let me know. If you can do the best F-bomb in cinema, do it. Fuck you. Conrad's death scene was the scariest death in the saga that comes to mind. Hold on, Thomas. There, yeah. It is. That is horrifying every time I watch it. And even when people are like, oh, Tremors isn't a horror movie, I'm like, what is this? What's this? This is obviously a horror. That's a horror movie. And so I again, if there's anyone in the chat and you really you have a reason for why we should turn Tremors into a hard R franchise, I want to hear it. As I said earlier, I can't look. I am alone. I'm alone too much in this. I need you guys. I do. You know what? Maybe I didn't say it enough earlier. I need you. I need you, Chris. I need you, Thomas. I need you, Derek. I need you, Ben. I need you, Adrian. I need you, Hunter. I need you, Afro Pugsley. I need you, Patrick. I need you, Mark. I need you, Finn. I need you, Charlotte. I need you, Robert. I need you. I need everybody. I need you. Need you, Conrad. I cannot do this alone. So if I'm wrong, I need tell me how I'm wrong, please, and thank you. No, I just don't think it works. Like all the time. And one off, we've already established, like one off, that's fine. I feel like that's amenable. But if I'm wrong, tell me how I'm wrong. Like I'm into that. And you know, I do have to admit, I like while I like can I just say too that these comics are pretty good. Like these are fun. I really like these. But I got to agree with Glenn. Where are the jokes? Like I didn't until he said it. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even remember. I was so excited that there's like Tremors comics that it's like, where are the jokes? And look, to that point, folks, hold on. Ben actually did have jokes, even in Ben's niche and self-indulgent Tremors porn comic. There's jokes. And yeah, and then I might have felt, and Chris said, I might have felt differently before seeing the TV show, but having seen how fun it can be in a PG-13 type format like the show, I can't picture it as a hard R movie now. It's not, like I said, let there be times that like it could be. It's not all the time, but I feel like 75% of the time it should be PG-13. That's I even have one, and I think, who did I see? It was Caleb Del Rio was talking about it, where it's like, I think a great thing, and I've actually written this, would be a documentary style thing where you follow a graboid in like dinosaur times. And technically that would kind of be like PG or G, because there's no talking or anything, there's no boobies, there's no, I mean, you're watching animals get eaten, but that's just like a nature it's like watching Planet Earth. So you can have like a G-rated tremor, like doing that, and then like you can have an R, but I think you don't want it to swing all the way over into that direction all the time. Like it's gotta find that, and even in that R and even in that G, it's gotta be funny. Those are the important things. Like there can be serious moments and serious, like I will attest that with this most recent one that I'm working on, I did want to go there in a couple of places of like making you feel something, much akin to one of my favorite part of the Tremors hunting ground that we made is the opening. I think that is bar none one of my favorite things I've ever done, especially when it comes to Tremors. I think that is so cool because it is this very like serious thing that's happening, and there's consequences, and there's even this little like Tarantino-esque like time thing where you're not sure, oh wait, these two things are happening at the same time. Oh, now you're watching like the spouse get eaten, and then that's what sends that one on. And then that was the story point of that, is then like that's not just the opening death kill, that's the whole fucking movie. That's like, take your time and examine it. But that's that opening with that song and everything. It's never been done with Tremors, and I love it for that. And then there's funny and there's jokes along the way. There's something happening here in this new one. It's Tremors: The Next Step. That's the next step in terms of like, we're taking this another direction, and it is so great and serious. And I think Thomas has read the script, and Thomas, it's that scene after Jim has jumped, and Jim and Mike share their moment together, and it's by firelight, and it's so, oh my God, it is so good. And these guys acted their asses off, and I felt every moment of their friendship and love, and it hurt. Oh my God, it hurt. And it was so good. And I can't wait. And like I said, there's funny stuff. One of my favorite lines that I wrote in it was that like, oh, that doesn't look like a big feet. Big feet? Well, I don't have your way with words. Like, what am I supposed to, big feet, big foot? But like, what am I supposed to call it here? Like, or another one like, who do I look like? Colonel freaking Sanders? It's my fault I didn't have a plan to fight giant fucking chickens. And so, yeah, I would like to see how gruesome. Oh, this is one for me too, Thomas. I would like to see how gruesome a horde of shriekers could go at a group of people. I think the shriekers would get graphic, tearing a person apart and fighting over eating people. And I will come to your comment in a second here, Chris. Yes, that's why I still really want to do the Tremors Deadfall one, which is the Tremors Predator, like mixed together. Because they ended up like completely renovating the entire forest around me recently. So I lost some filming locations that I have to wait till next year. But I want some graphic shit, man, like hardcore. But then it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be really fucking funny. Like that's gonna be a fun one. And then Chris said, comedy is harder to pull off correctly than horror, so I get why the comics left it out, but it is an important element of Tremors. I think it's comedy and horror. It's why it took them it didn't take them 5 years to write the script. That's how long it took to shop it. But like the first script for Tremors, they went through it over and over again, trying to get that tone exactly perfect. Right horror, right humor, 50-50, right down the middle. And I think that's super duper important. Hold on, because that was where, hold on. I wanted to, this comment, I can't show it on YouTube or TikTok. But hold on, there was a joke in here. Hold on. Oh, it's the 6. Let me see. Hold on. Stampede Week. Yeah. Okay, hold on. One second. I'm trying to find the jokes. Oh, here. Valentine, I bratted my way into this, and by God, I'll brat my way out. McKee, you will not rush me. You miscount, we start over. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. There's actual, like, this is funny. That ought to knock some of the piss and vinegar out of you. As if your hard on wasn't jabbing me in the ribs. I will eat olives for this in a minute here. So good. I gave this to Steve. So, what are you making us for breakfast? You're expecting me to move after all of that? Like, these are legit. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Bravo, Ben. You did what the other Tremors comics could. And again, I just, look, produced by Levi. I did that. I did. Yeah. Sexy. I know. I love it. Love you, Ben, wherever you're at. Maybe you'll watch this later. But it's got to be funny. And it's when Chris was asking for more Tremors movies, that's the thing he wanted most, was more funny too. So I will try to deliver as much as I can for you there. But I'm super excited for that movie. We'll see what it does. So Lone Pine. Wow. Okay, hold on. Oh my God, I'm doing this. Hold on. Let me actually physically check these off here. Lone Pine. Nip. Yep. Yep. Cool. Oh wow. I did everything but Wicked. I'm actually not doing too bad, guys. I'm remodeling a kitchen right now. I just had to say, I wrote that down. It's really cool. I'm really excited. Except we're not actually remodeling the kitchen because we're waiting for the electricians. So I'm outside putting limestone on a chimney to make an outdoor kitchen so that you can have parties later on. It's very cool. If you haven't seen it, go to my Facebook page. I got a video of me doing the fast time lapse. It's very cool. Very cool. I'm very excited. It also, my fingers, I don't know if you can tell. Hold on. You can't. But there's little, hold on. Yeah. These used to be way worse, but my fingers were like literally torn up from it. Like the ends of my fingers. It was so painful. Ow. But cool. I don't know. I'm excited. I gotta talk about my life and my things. Let's see. I gotta go to a dance class. Oh, dance class is tomorrow. That's why I wasn't doing this tonight. I want to go to dance class tomorrow. Logan's starting that back up again. Shit. Oh my God, I feel like I'm missing so much shit. This is why you should do a show every single week, folks. By the way, I wanted to go back and talk about the Cult of Odd. I've talked about them before, but I recently I ran out of podcasts to binge, so I started like, oh, I know I got Odd Show. I'm gonna listen to it. This counts as one. And yeah, I'm 33 episodes in, and it's just hilarious because it's really funny. It's a really interesting format. God, olives are so good. It's a really interesting format because Odd used to be a radio DJ, or he is. Actually, he is at the beginning of the show, and then I haven't got there yet, but something changes. So there's some songs and shit mixed in with the podcast too, but then they're also talking about all kinds of random bullshit like in this and trying to be a good person and progressive and nice and funny and also talk about aliens and butts and fart jokes and all the time. But I really love it. If you like funny shows, if you like this show, if you like We Have Issues or Don't Make It Weird or Quarantine Book Club or Run for Your Lives or Sons and Shadows or hold on or Buffalo. Ooh, I've been listening to One Brain Cell podcast. Oh, hold on, I'll get to that in a sec. Who am I missing? Fermented Cinema. If you like any of the shows that I've told you to listen to, go check out Cult of Odd because Odd is great. And apparently, Chris, if I ever need help, I'm excellent at the demo part of renovations. My problem is I've never done the other parts, which are really key to a good renovation. So those parts are done, Chris. Sorry. Are you good at drywall? Can you do drywall? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, cool. Let me know. Want to come do this stone for me? My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. Well, your back's going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. There's another one. So that's been awesome. And I just got to say, too, so doing the kitchen, we have to drive like 45 minutes to it every day. And they're actually friends of ours. So they actually make us lunch. And it's been great. Just awesome. Fucking love Nick and Carla, Monternac, wherever you guys are at. You're awesome. You're the bomb. Keep it up. Hold on. Thomas, I'd like to see a Tremors based in early human development, like a colony setting up some where then everyone disappears, so they send out a new group to figure out where the first group hasn't responded. That's a good one. It hasn't responded in over a month or two. That's one that I've like circled around myself. Like there's something Scottish because I think that's the best landscape I have around us to make it look Scottishy. But there's something like 1200 AD or 1200 or fucking BC Scotland. That's something like that. I don't know. I think of that because of John too, but like there's something there. But that's a great concept of like, here's a bunch of people with like less than regular weapons trying to deal with a more than regular threat. It's so good every time it is. One of my favorite jokes in the movie that we made with the Bigfoot is that the two guys have guns, and obviously when the streakers show up, they start like firing like crazy, blah 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 blah, and then they kill one, and then they're looking at it, and then more show up, and then they go to shoot, and they're like, "What? You didn't bring any extra bullets?" Well, we've never needed them before. Like they literally, like they just brought guns as a like, we're Bigfoot hunting as a pretense for sucking each other's dicks. We never actually needed to shoot anything, so I didn't bring more ammo. It's like, it's funny. That's a joke. That's a literal joke. I did write that. See, jokes are funny. Chris, I'd love to see a futuristic movie with the first human exploration of Mars and the 10-person crew discovers graboids who originated from there. Bum, bum, bum. Tremors. See, that's a little hard. I can never figure out. The Mars is a great one, but my brain always wants to make it red. But then also, like, I think Chris and I have talked about this, or actually, I think it was Chris Thomas and I that like we slowly got to this point one night where it's like, oh no, but like you do Mars in the past, like hundreds of thousands of millions of years ago when it had water and people, and then the graboids killed Mars, and this, it's like there's something there. I can't figure it out yet, but it's not as easy as a conceit as Benoit Blanc goes and investigates graboid murders, okay? Or colony of like primitive people from long ago fights graboids, or medieval tremors, or Tremors in Egypt. Like it's not. There's a lot there. There's a lot there to work on. We'll figure it out. Although currently I want 1920s Tremors. Me and Dusty have been talking about that. Or Big Z and Torn do the Shriekers thing. That's another one. The gangsters versus Shriekers. So boom, kitchen remodel. And I have this all written down. I just have to say this. I sent the Tremors Ultimate Movie Collection to Lori Hudson, Robert Jane, Conrad Bachman, Mike Malone, Finn Carter. I just I don't know. I'm weird. Here's Merry Christmas. They gave me their addresses, so it's nice enough to hey, here you go. Yes, do the Ass Blaster Investigator first. Knights fight Ass Blasters, aka dragons. That's actually an idea I've had for a long time. That's actually one of my original script ideas, was that these group of explorers in 1000 AD, crusade times, that's what I was thinking, have to go fight a dragon, and it's actually an ass blaster, and it's that'd be a great twist on the mythos. It's always what I've said, that so Shriekers, you need swarms of them, Graboids 3 or 4, and ass blaster alone feels like the best way to do that. Make it a threat, just one singular one that's really fucking badass or something. So all that, Steve, Lone Pine. Hell, you know what? Currently, we're already talking about Tremors reboots and stuff. I assume if you follow anything that I follow that you've seen, yes, we got the rights back to Tremors. Hooray. Yay, I did that. However, it was only the rights to the first movie and the screenplay for that, and it's only American distribution rights, not foreign distribution rights, and there's no 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the TV show. Burt Gummer's ancestor is definitely a knight, but uses all kinds of crossbows and catapults instead of swords. Now, see, I've said this before. No, Burt Gummer plays his great grandmother in this one. She's a dame of the court. She's queen. Honestly, Burt Gummer is queen in a medieval Tremors movie. I'm into it. And you know what? It's honestly his idea. So I'm not even trying to be extra woke or anything. That's just Michael Gross's idea, and he's into it. So let's make it happen. Which, by the way, I never did say this. I might have said it in the Tremors Fest recap one, but one of my happiest moments from Tremors Fest was this moment where we're at the brewery afterwards, and I actually went and I sat down next to Steve, and I was like, "Hey, Steve, so did you ever think when this random fucking crazy person emailed you all those years ago that you'd be here?" He's like, "No, this is all new for me." And I'm like, "Cool. I'm terrified too, buddy. Awesome." And so then him and I started talking and pitching stuff. And while Steve Wilson and I are pitching stuff, then Robert Jane comes over and Robert Jane starts pitching. And then I'm in the middle. We're all kind of throwing pitches and cycling. Oh, that's a good. Well, what if we use that in here? And then okay, that's take that there. And Robert Jane wants a Walking Dead style thing, which I think could work. Zombies and graboids. Maybe there's something there. Honestly, for me, I always want the Melvin redemption arc. But it's just one of my happiest moments is just, oh, hey, Dusty's here. Hey, Bubba. I had to do this episode today to partially make sure I was ready for Friday because I wanted to get a bunch out and be just here for you because we're going to have so much fun. This is where you're going to be, Dusty. All in here. All in here. Oh, these fell down. All in here. And Dusty, I'm holding off shaving so I can rock the Atlanta Hawks hat with the mustache for when we meet. Fuck yeah, buddy. I was actually just talking about you too. And is it true that Robert Jane wants to be the new Burt Gummer? No, that was just a meme. It's just kind of funny. Honestly, I think for me, it's Melvin deserves a redemption arc. I think that would be a lot of fun. That's a great twist. And why not? Melvin kind of becomes the new Burt Gummer. That's just funny. I'm into it. It's funny. Like I said, it's funny. You're like, okay, I get it. That's a solid twist on the joke, and it's always like slightly humorous. You got to work it back there. And I'll fight him for the title. Oh, okay. Remember, you're all in the same family. It's all the Gummer family. We all work together here. I feel I was not privy to critical, most needful information. That one counts. You better like olives too, Dusty, because we eat a lot of olives on this show. I'm fine. I kind of forget. It's just so weird. So where was I? So Chris was talking about a porn. What would a Tremors porn look like? I need Tremors porn names. So, no. Dusty, we eat olives on this show. This is our drinking game. You can bring alcohol if you want, just so you know, Dusty. Like, you can bring alcohol to drink. I think I'm not sure if I have anything. I don't know. I would bring something to drink or smoke. That's up to you too. It's a free country, America, whatever you want. Just don't, shoot heroin on stream. I feel like that's a big no. Let's just not do that. Don't smoke crack or anything either. Just don't in general, not even on the show. Please and thank you. Dusty, you're here. Things get wild, man. It's fucking wild shit. Fucking wild show, man. There's a lot of stuff happening. Look, man, I don't know if you know this, but like, there's worms, and they're under the ground, man. They're like under the ground, dude. And like, you look, we don't vibrate, man. Like, we got no vibes at all, dude. We're just like fucking, fuck you, gay butt. I don't do that to my every time. If you're only listening to this show on audio, you miss all the stupid times I decided to do stupid things like drink the olive juice in a jar. It's not great. So I need Tremors porn names. Also, I guess we've been talking about rebooting Tremors. What's that do? And then something like the redemption arc could work. Hold on, show. There we go. It would be nice to see Melvin's character turn around or crazy twist. Melvin is actually Earl's son all along. I think that one's stretching it just a bit. Weirdly enough, I could see him being Nancy's kid. But I feel like that wouldn't work because women know when they have babies. Like, specifically. It doesn't work. Mixed masturbate. Bravo, Chris. Bravo. But also, I don't say no to things on this show. Maybe he's Earl's son. Maybe he's Kevin's son. Maybe he's Val's son. Maybe he's any number of people's sons. Maybe he's Grady's kid. That would be a fucking plot twist. So, and then reboot. So how do we make, and then Tremors 2020. Oh, the Tremors Fest 2020. Wow, Chris, we talked about all your topics already, which was make Tremors Fest better, reboot Tremors, and we didn't do Tremors porn. So that's, it's up in the air. We did R-rated Tremors. And okay, so what I have left to talk about is Secret War meetings and Wicked. Wow. I'm done pretty good. I want to get to bed soon here too. I wanted to talk about Wicked. Look, I'm going to go to bed. Oh, I also saw Alien Romulus too. That was a great fucking movie. Oh my God. That was a great sequel. Wicked is amazing. I understand you're in a fucking live stream for Tremors. Why would we be talking about? Actually, I need to write down these real quick. Mix masturbate. Hold on. Mix masturbate and grab them, boys. I like those. I assume that that Chris's Tremors porn comic is coming from the thing that I said about my Rhonda Underwood cosplay. because my tits were so huge on it that I was like, yeah, I'm Rhonda from the Tremors porn parody. They just call it Tremors. Because, like, really think about it. Like, if you're gonna name a porn, it's a parody of Tremors, just call it Tremors. Because you're gonna get them from the section at this. So look, when a mommy olive and a daddy pen get together, they into the olive, and then I eat said olive. My Rhonda Underwood costume was fucking dope. I love that. That was so good. Porn name: Shriek and Destroy. Nothing needs to change. Exactly. But I'm glad Chris got my joke there. Thank you very much. Shrieker or Squealer? Girls. Ooh, Graboid's gone wild. Hold on. Thomas here with Shrieker or Squealer. There's Squealer, and then Graboid's gone wild. These are good. These are good, guys. Very good. I love you. I love you guys. You're the best fans. And so I was watching Only Murders in the Building. We just binged through that show in like 3 days. And there's a point where, because they're a podcast, like Steve Martin Short, and Selena Gomez inside of the show do a podcast about their investigating the murders in the building. And then they end up having fans, and like the fans are like waiting outside. And I was like, oh my God, is that my show? Do I have like fans that make their own merch, and then they have their own theories about what's happening inside of my show, and then they're doing their own fan fiction, and then it's weird because then, like, having met Thomas several times, and then Derek and Ben, and like, oh, so now like my show is real, but then the reality is in the show, like where I don't know. This is that thing about responsibility and me being the center of Tremors that I became terrified about. Like, I have to be responsible. I have to be not even an adult. I can still be very childish and responsible. I just got to be responsible. And I'm like, what am I doing? What is the world that Levi is the fucking responsible one? What is going on? What is my life? I don't understand this. But so it was weird, honestly, and great show too. Honestly, Only Murders in the Building. Fucking love that. Those guys, Steve Martin Short, like, I fucking love it. Tremors 3, back to Pet Her Buns. Okay, okay. Well, last one, and then I'll go on. Tremors 3, back to Pet Her Buns. Big red tentacle. Ooh, speaking of which, should have brought this over here, but thank you, Thomas. Thomas made me like this. Fucking love it. It's a giant penis. Again, subscribe to the video version of this podcast, or you're fucking missing out. Also, guys, I got a whiteboard too. This is actually Finn's house when I was talking to her. This is her house in Eaton Canyon, which is now on fire. So I should draw. It's on. Can we see it? Hold on. It's on fire. She said the house was cursed too. Apparently, she never wanted it, and her ex-husband stole it from her, and horrible situations and stuff. And it's in Eaton Canyon, which is in the path of the fire right now. So it's on fire. But I also got a whiteboard, so now I'm really professional. Like, I can do things like this. Words. I wrote words, and pictures. No, her house isn't on fire. It's a house in California that she bought when she was married to, I think it was Steve Weber. That's who it was. And it's gonna be on fire. So hooray! But I got a whiteboard. I'm upgrading. I'm upgrading, baby. We go to the top, the tip of the top, motherfuckers. So again, Wicked. if you haven't seen it, I need everybody to see it. It is amazing. It just finished. And I need to talk about it more. Honestly, there will be an entire show where I have to talk about it, but I just need to state that if you haven't yet, go out, watch it. One of the best musicals ever. It's amazing. I already love that show. I actually read the book back in high school after the musical came out. I've been a huge fan of it. Caitlin has been an even bigger fan of it for the last fucking year. And it finally happened, and she actually watched it back to back. We watched it yesterday, and she's watching it again today, or was watching it again today. And it's just amazing. It's not only is the music amazing, the story is amazing, everything's amazing. No, Finn's house again. Finn's fine. Finn's house isn't burning. She lives in Massachusetts. This is about a house in Eaton Canyon in California. Don't worry about your dumb porn names. Everything's fine. But wicked. And just to let everybody know. So my favorite part of the movie is a silent dance number. And it's just powerful, man. Like, like I said, I gotta spend time to like talk about it like and at length, but I just had to like grace it here. If you're listening to me and you don't want spoilers by the next episodes, watch Wicked because it's fucking amazing. Oh my god, just so if you care to find me, look to perfection's sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how I am defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in ring now. Doom, 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 and nobody in all of us, no wizard that there is or was is ever gonna bring me down. I hope you're happy, looking harsh and wicked. Yeah! It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. That's how we rung in the new year too. And it was great. Like we were singing it, like the song was happening and we had timed it. And then Caitlin threw a cape on Molly, like she threw a blanket on Molly and did the cape thing. And then Molly became Elphaba and it was so we've got to bring her down. So good. So good. And yes, like I said, I got to get into it more later. I wanted to end on a funny thing. So apparently we should be having more secret war meetings. All right, look, and this is where I wanted to end this show, because consider this show a secret war meeting. The entire world is just about to like fucking explode. And you know what, Chris? I have a better ending than that. You're not gonna fucking believe it. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I am sitting over here. I'm trans. I'm very outspoken. If you know who obviously you've listened to everything that I gotta say. I'm a very honest person. When the shit starts to hit the fan, I'm probably gonna be one of the first people up against the wall, and I'm smiling right now because it's a really sad thing. There's an honesty here that I need to confront in much the same way that I confronted that I'm the only person in the world that that can do this for Tremors. That'll probably be why they fucking kill me, because there's plenty of Tremors fans that want me dead. That's not even a lie. And still I gotta interact with those people and hope that they don't want me dead. Yep, sitting over here on 3 wheels in a dream. And I'm not gonna lie, that's part of why it's been really hard to put on a show. Is I am fearful of the Donald Trump presidency. I'm just going to bring politics straight into it. I was fearful if he didn't get elected, what his fan base was going to do. Now that he is elected, then it's like, cool. Project 2025 and the eradication of all LGBTQ people and minorities and everything like that is just right on the horizon. And it's not lost on me that January 19th is Tremors' 35th birthday, and then the day after is the day that Donald Trump takes office. And yes, Chris, damn it, every time you make a silly joke, I bring up something important. Sorry, it's not your fault. Like this is the format of the show. It's what we said earlier about the R rating and the Tremors funny horror. This is the horror to the rest of the humor that we've already experienced. That I'm gonna give dead air for a minute. That I am terrified. I am. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna mince words. That I feel like at this point I have to do the show. Not for Thomas said something earlier about to do it or Universal will end it all, and it's like the universe will end it all to me. That if I die, at least all of you people have this. You have 70 episodes of me of saying something enough, not just about Tremors, but about my own thoughts and feelings and my own opinions and my own hopes and dreams. And I hope, and thank you very much, Chris. You can't stop progress, only slow it down temporarily. Too many people are enlightened and now have your back, Levi. And I gotta say, it's not about Tremors. I don't feel that about Tremors. Like that's where it's funny to me that like Zach is kind of. Oh, hold on. Wow. Lori Hudson just talking about Tremors and Trump. Lori Hudson just texted. I texted her and she's like, "Hey, damn, we had a dinner thing with an old friend who moved back. Is it still available on YouTube or was it only live? Hope it was great fun." It'll be available forever. And I told her we're still going live right now. Oh my God, Colby P. I've seen you commenting on stuff. I think you started commenting after the Finn Carter interview. Thank you for being here, Colby P. If that is your real name, let me know if I need to call you something else because we don't do that on this show. I do love like holding my boobies. It's really nice. And I am. So the day after the election happened, I was renovate or I was tearing out everything in this. Lori's sleeping. I love her. Sleep well. Aw. Love her. I'll read Chris's comment here. But for ignorant people, it's actually really important that you are visible so they can see that trans people are awesome and not any different where it counts. I hope so. I mean, that's why I did it out and loud at Tremors Fest because I know that there's plenty of people that probably don't like me. But I gotta admit this is that at Tremors Fest I never got any of that from anybody. Thankfully. Although I imagine there was some of that from people there that in their own and Lori just told me to kick Trump's ass. Just gotta say that. Hold on. I love that. But yeah, there wasn't anybody like that, and Thomas can attest to that too. Thomas was there, but I just am. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Colby. Thank you. And like, so the day after the election, my mom is a huge Trump supporter, like hardcore. It's exactly the Fox News type, everything, God and Jesus and guns. And she actually tried to run me over like the day after the election because she came to my job site, misgendered me, and then started yelling at me. And I was just like, I don't want any part of this. I'm at fucking work. I've watched you gloat for the last 12 hours on your Facebook and do little dances about Trump being elected. I just really don't have any desire to speak to you right now, currently. And that was not the thing that she wanted to hear. And she tried to, scream and yell at me, run me over. And as a point of fact, screamed in my face several times that I could not change her opinion because God is king, Jesus is king, God is king, God is king, God is my 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 king, Jesus is my king, God is my king. Literally that many fucking times. Yelling and screaming in my face. And that's one of the reasons I'm just terrified. It's the irrationality. Is that here I am. My entire point, it seems to have been all night, was to say to you that I am taking responsibility. I'm trying to be responsible for something that I didn't really have any control over, but I can do something, so I need to be responsible about it. And then there's an entire sect of people who do have something to do with something that are going like, well, I don't need to be responsible. Like, what's that? Fuck your responsibility. I'm free to do whatever I want to. And Thomas is right. Just keep doing what I'm doing. People will have to get over themselves if they can't find a middle ground or some kind of understanding. And I would like to point out that these are all great, wonderful thoughts. And as I said earlier, I'm a very forgiving person. It takes a lot. I would love. It's not going to happen. It's not. It's not. And it doesn't matter. I believe in all the religions, so it really doesn't matter. Chris just said, I hope God is real, but if God loves all and God made us all, then you are perfect as you are. I don't really give a shit about it. Like that. To my point here is that I am out and proud and like whatever. I ain't taking none of it back, man. You should see TikTok comments sometimes that just roll off my skin of like, whoo, there's some that transphobia over there really stings. That one's fun, baby. Just so much fun. And so me, who I am, not going to change. That doesn't mean that there aren't people that get empowered by such things to take it further. And I know what my audience is. And I know the hope and that maybe I inspire, but that doesn't matter, man. Because if you've got that much hate in your heart to do that kind of thing, then it's still going to be there and it's still going to fester and it's not going to go anywhere and it's just grows and it'll happen. And yeah, TikTok's whatever, Thomas. If it wasn't for Tremors, I wouldn't use it, although that's most social medias. I got to admit that. I probably wouldn't use most social media if it wasn't for Tremors. And I am. I'm. I'm please. You guys are coming to. I love you, Thomas, Tom, and Chris. You're really coming hard on the like trying to love me angle. I really appreciate it. It's not what I'm worried about. Me, personal love, fine. I'm very accepting of myself. I am not one to hide away from a fact, though. And much in the same way that I could tell you exactly why Universal would do everything that they did with Tremors and why it would all go there. There's certain patterns that you have to follow, and you just be like, okay, nope, that's what that one leads, and that's how we get there, and we do that. To the point of, so I wrote it down here as a thing was secret war meetings, and I wanted to like end because this is funny, and consider all of these podcasts in an episode in a sense secret war meetings. So it's New Year's. It's New Year's Eve, and it's just me and Caitlin and Joey and Molly and Ben and Dessa down at our building having a party. And there's a certain point during the party where Joe is like, just completely seriously, so hey, look, I don't know if like there's any happening, but I just want you guys to know that if there's like secret war meetings, I would like to be in on them. And me and Ben like looked at each other like, because the way Joey said it, it was like we were currently in the midst of one or already had them. And Ben and I are like, did, did, did you have a secret war? Did we miss something? Did that happen? Did a secret war meeting happen that we weren't aware of? Like, okay, I mean, sure, Joey, you're invited to a secret war meeting the next time we have one. Totally. But he was being entirely sincere. And so were we, of just like, I mean, you're not wrong to think that. I get it. I get the fear. I understand why. And yeah, I'll let you know when the next secret war meeting is. And it's been a kind of a joke between Caitlin and I since, but it just every time we say it, it's like it grows. Like, oh no, we actually do need secret war meetings. To worry about protecting ourselves. Like Joey was saying it very much from the sense of like, no, Levi, they're actually gonna kill you. You do know that. And Ben is Ben and Thomas are two people that I would consider very bright and on the world and understand a lot. And even Ben was like, no, I get it. We can joke about this right now, but there is a serious concern to be had. And yeah, I don't know. That I don't know. Like, how do you start a secret war meeting? Or did you just like show up at someone's house and be like, knock knock, secret war meeting, and there we go? I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't want to go to war. I don't want to. This is horrible. War is the worst. Civil War. I watched Civil War. That was a fantastic movie. I watched that in between everything. Like, god damn. And everybody was expecting it to be, about the actual war. Like, oh, which sides and the rebel. It's like, no, no, no. It is about boots on the ground. It's about human beings and especially journalistic like beings and like what does it mean to be in a war, to be in a war zone, to be around all of this, and that desensitization, and you don't know who's friend or foe. All of these horrible things that you, as just a regular person who's not even a combatant, is dealing with. And I thought it was a fantastic movie, so I highly recommend Civil War to everyone when it comes to that. And I just like. I don't want there to be war so bad. That would be the fucking, oh my god, that would be worse. That would be worse than if Universal got all the rights to Tremors. Like, this war would be like, that's my fucking metric for shit. And I'm scared. I'm on a Tremors podcast talking about secret war meetings and how terrified I am. And I feel like in a way too, that's actually a very Burt Gummer thing to do. I think it would be. He would get it. Yeah. I should have saved the defying gravity part for after this. Chris was right. I mean, how do I end here? How do I end from this? Where do I go? What do I do? Who am I? Am I real? What is people? What is time? What is life? What is everything? And Hi, Lee. So you came in at a very interesting time. I have your book downstairs. I need to open. Um, we're talking about war and tremors, Lee. Sorry. No, don't go back to no. We don't gotta force our way out of this because that's the point. Yeah, and that's does any like because I want you to be serious. Anybody that listens to podcasts, and if you're listening to this later, be serious and honest with me. Like, how many podcasts do that? How many? Are you gonna get Joe Rogan going hardcore on the awkwardness of it? Let the dead air sit there. Are you fucking Chris Jacobson, who's never going to listen to this? You know what? The Bruise and Cruise podcast, had a fucking party for his podcast. And I was just like, oh my God. I am literally over here as the center of all things Tremors. And it wouldn't even occur to me to fucking throw a party for my podcast. Wow. There's a level of narcissism that I can't even fathom. I don't hate it. Conspiracy theory from Thomas. The wildfires in California is another class war thing like Hawaii, so someone can buy up all the land for cheap. Hilariously, it's not even that. It's just classism in general. Like our capitalistic system has drained all of the water from fucking California, like from Colorado to California. The water we've drained it all. Fucking, it is terrifying to see lake levels from like just the year 2000 to today in that entire western side of the country because there's no water. Because we have used it up for farming, for golf courses, for livestock, for all sorts of things. And so and it's true, yes, all the rich houses are the ones that are burning up, which is hilarious. But it's literally it's just a byproduct of capitalism. We encroached into a habitat that already did have wildfires as a natural part of its ecosystem, and then we went and we exacerbated. I'd say we as it like people exacerbated the problem by fucking living there and taking up all of the natural resources that would ultimately prevent something like this from happening. So it's not that it's a conspiracy. It is a class war thing. That's classism. That is actually Chinatown. That's a great movie to watch in terms of like, sometimes it's like the most evil thing is just someone trying to make a buck, just to make a little bit more money off of something. Like that's all. That's why I hate Universal. Is it's them trying to make a little fucking extra buck off of Tremors, even though that's all it is. And it's not, and I can't even say it's maliciousness. It's just their bottom line, their bottom dollar. That's all it is. The entire thing that happened with the hurricanes and flooding, like that happened a couple months ago. That can also be tied back. You could be like, oh, they can control hurricanes and they can do that as a class war. No, it's literally like we as people are going farther and farther into areas of the world that have these types of disasters, and then we're not doing anything to prevent them. We're living in areas that are dangerous and then surprised when they're dangerous to us. And then on top of that, then everything that, all of the fucking just company like that, your Exxons and I was just say Exxon Valdez's, your Exxons and your Amazons and everything like that. All of these things pumping more toxins and everything into the air, and volcanoes and cow farts too. But we as people are doing this and creating these problems to the point that it is I don't even want to use the word turmoil. It is throwing our ecosystem into turmoil for us, but it's a natural thing for the planet, and it's a natural thing for us too. We just don't like it. This is what the planet's doing. You put more air into a fire, and the fire gets bigger. Is that an evil thing? Is that a conspiracy? No, that's oxygen. That's all you're doing. And we as people like to think that we are exempt from the natural order of the ecosystem and everything, but we're still a part of it. And yes, the planet will live on after us. We should also still not be assholes because we're being assholes to everybody else inside of our ecosystem. And yeah, Chris, right over here. It's just easier for people to blame a conspiracy rather than confront the real issue, which is overwhelming to them. They'd rather bury their head in the sand. And I don't blame people for burying their head in the sand either. It's one of those, don't bury your head in the sand and then be like, well, it's a conspiracy. No. You look, you can just totally fucking flunk out of it and be over here and not give a shit at all. Or you can see, okay, this is the actual problem. And we're going to deal with it. Those are your options. Anything else is like, you are just fucking white noise, static in the airwaves of like, I'm done. I cannot take this. And I don't blame people for falling into conspiracy theories. Hell, the entire reason this podcast kind of exists is a conspiracy theory that I had about Universal fucking over Tremors. So I'm not like, conspiracy theories are nuts. And then Thomas over here, I get questioned all the time about controlling the weather and asked about chemtrails. Yes, because you work for the government and all that. And it is true. Like, if you could control the weather, let me tell you this. The first thing you're doing is not like, oh, we're going to attack our enemies with it. If you can control the weather, your fucking first thing that you're doing is like, cool, we're going to make it so our crops grow on time. Like, we're not going to have to worry about like there being rain or enough sunshine, and crops will grow just fine. Like, it can't only be a sole like negative thing. Like, if you can control everything, you'd also control a positive portion of it. That's not how that works. If you had a superpower, it'd be like having the superpower of flight and only deciding to just walk around all the time. You wouldn't do that. You'd take advantage of it, of the positive thing of fucking flying. Interesting, right? So if Lee Newman is still somehow here after all that man is a trooper. I should have brought. I will unbox later. Honestly, I think I'll unbox with Dusty. I think that'll be a good time. Because he'll get a kick out of it too. That's what I'll do. Okay, I do have your box. I do have your your Barbarian Queen Charybdis box, Lee. I will open that. Yeah, and exactly. If someone could control the weather, they would have already used it to create the world's best prom proposal. Exactly. And to that point, like, if Saudi Arabians with all their billions of dollars in the world, like, and if there was a fucking weather controlling device, there would be a Saudi Arabian like sheik that was using the fucking controlling weather device to have a personal rain cloud that followed him everywhere for some reason. And so I'm sorry, Lee. You're coming in. I promise we did talk about Tremors, and we still do. It just, things always get complicated on this show. I kind of love that. And you're like, look at what my olives are in, Lee. These are my olives. Yeah, score. Am I a Gemini TikTok person? I don't fucking know. No, I'm not. I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer to life in the human race. But yeah, so now I gotta wrap things up. I gotta like, I am the Kevin Bacon of Tremors, and you think Kevin Bacon would be the Kevin Bacon of Tremors? And yes, exactly, Thomas. You'd have to control the weather on a global scale, or it would start butterfly flapping its wings, kicks off a typhoon, and mess up the flow of the world. And we can't catch a single drone in New Jersey. Do you really think we could control the weather? It's so true. Aliens, another episode. That'll be later. Honestly, I just want to thank everyone for being here all the time. Thank you for being here on the show. Thank you for loving it. By the way, if anybody ever wants to be on while I'm doing this, let me know. I will send you like the StreamYard link and such, and then bring you on screen so we can do this together. I should have said that fucking earlier. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Maybe I just wanted to talk. Gotcha. And yes, it's so great to see you, Chris. So great to see you too, Thomas. Great to see you, Lee. I can't even say I'm tired. I'm responsible. There's something in my heart that feels like I have to go do something. I don't know what that is. I don't know how, but I'm gonna fucking find out. Just like I did with Tremors every time. I don't know, but you know what? I'm gonna find out. To that point, so I think this is a good ending. So I love making GIFs. If you like type into Tenor or Giphy anything about Tremors, most of the time you'll see GIFs that I've made of Tremors. And yes, Chris, I want to debunk. I don't debunk all of your theories, by the way. There's like 75% of them that I like. It's just the time travel one that we need to figure out. But I love making GIFs. If you know me, GIFs are my love language. I just love GIFs and Tremors GIFs especially. And I wanted to talk about the amazingness of Tremors. Wow, what a fucking concept, right? We're talking about how cool Tremors is on the fucking Talking Tremors show. And that, like, why GIFing is so fun to me is finding the little nuances and like character things. Just watching people's faces over and over and over again. Like I saw one with Charlotte Stewart because I was doing her where like just the oh sure, and then oh, like actually taking her glass, oh my god, like taking them off. But then while she's doing that, then like if you look, and so this is in the first Tremors movie, when Val and Earl are driving out of town to go to Bixby, but they get stopped by Nancy, and Nancy's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to Bixby permanently." Oh sure. And then as she says, "Oh sure," just looked at Kevin Bacon like right off the side of the screen, and he fucking looks at Earl and goes, and then goes back. If you're only on the audio, it's fantastic. It's just little. It's like it is in this much of the. It is in like. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out. It is in like this much of the frame over here, and she's over here doing all the focus, and then Kevin Bacon's just, and it's fucking hilarious, and I love it so much. It's just fun to like. I was gifting their facial reactions on the rocks and stuff, and yes, there is the Imager page out there with all the Tremors gifs. Yes, oh my fucking god, there is. But like I said, if you look up Tremors Stampede Entertainment, most of the time Tremors and the name of the character, Tremors 4, Tremors 3, all of them, Tremors the series, you'll get gifs that usually I've made. And they're very cool. Like I said, I enjoy them, and brings me so much joy because then those people live on forever and people get to use them and express themselves with Tremors, and nothing makes me happier like just seeing people express themselves with Tremors. Communication is really cool. But I just had to like talk about how neat gifting is. Because I haven't been doing good. And okay, so I did make, I don't know if you saw it, but that Wicked edit with the Wicked with defying gravity, and then at the like everybody's singing, I made that, and it was hilarious. And I was super proud of it. That was fucking awesome. Like that was so good. It's so good. Please, if you want me to send it to you, I will, because it was hilarious. And I spent all of a Sunday doing it. But worth it. Combining Wicked and Tremors. Talk about two things that you wouldn't think are possible. But it was awesome. I'm working on one right now with Step Brothers and Val and Daryl. You'll love it. I will send it to your way because it made me so happy. Let's see what else. Everything's there in my head. Try secret. Yeah. Thank everybody for being here. Make sure to share this show. If you're watching later, comment something. And then the vibe from Tremors Fest is just heartwarming. It's cool that a franchise about a community that cares for each other is reflected in the fest. I agree. That's kind of the point. As Michael Gross said, because Michael Gross watched the 2 episodes of Tremors, the series, and he didn't like it because he was like, and they were too actiony. They were 2 very actiony ones. I agreed with him on this. Because he's like, I like Tremors because it's about people and characters. That's why I signed up for it. That's what makes it good. They're a family. They're a community. It's not all gun, action, fun. And I was like, that's fuck yeah, man. And it's that vibe, that community. We try to build it here. I think that's what this is. Thank you, Tactical Catfishing, like in my live over here. Fuck yeah, you rock, kick ass. And so thank you to everybody that shows up and does everything. I didn't talk about the One Brain Cell podcast, which is by Amelia and Tabitha, which is two women talking about their relationships and lives, and they're actually friends of mine, and it's fucking awesome. I'll get back to it, but it's not a podcast of things that I normally listen to. It's been great. I fucking love it. Just gotta say. I'll get back to that another time. Cult of Odd, thank you to Odd for showing up and for being here. Go listen to his show. Buffalo, and Run for Your Lives with Paige and Daphne. Always, and especially go check out Buffalo. If you're not into the movies, go check out Buffalo. That's a really great time. And then, yeah, Chris said, Michael's right, but there was a lot of character building in the show that he might not remember. I actually told him that. I actually pulled him aside later, and I did tell him that. I was like, these are two very action-y episodes, and you're totally right. But there are other episodes of this show that do what you were asking for and that do have that vibe that you're going for. So let's not throw it out yet. Thank you to Anthony and Stevie if you have issues. Of course, thank you to producer Sean and Dina and Tina and Daniel. Thank you so much. Thank you to Chris and Colin of the Horrific podcast. Doing a great. I love Colin's little thing on the rights and trying to get my name right. It was beautiful. Thanks to Ivel in Australia, even though you are my arch nemesis. Thank you to Sons and Shadows, Jeff Johnson and Kevin Smith had me on their show. These guys are the reason they came. Like, they asked about me starting a Tremors podcast, and there would be no Tremors podcast without Jeff and Kevin, and they even brought me onto their live show, which happens every Saturday, and I would highly recommend checking it out. They go through all the events of the week, like movie news and everything like that. Sons and Shadows live, Deadwire live. Please go check them out. They had me on to do I just did the whole show, but then at the end talked about the Tremors rights and everything. And I love those guys so much. Who else am I missing here? I always feel like I'm fucking missing somebody. Oh my God, that drives me nuts. Oh, I hate it. I missed it. I don't know. I'm not going to get it. If I forget, I'm sorry. Ian of Fermented Cinema. I know you're out there, buddy. Boom, boom, boom. And Edwin. I haven't said Edwin's name in a while. I love you, Edwin. You're the man. You're the person. Caitlin. No, I'll say Caitlin's name later there, Chris. Hold on. Let me look. Because I got everybody here. Oh, Rance D. Denton. Where we were at, Rance, in the Quarantine Book Club. I love you. By the way, we found out that my aunt wrote a book and changed my dad's name in it, but she didn't change any of her other siblings' names in it. That'll be an interesting topic for another time. Bitch. Let's see. There were some people over here. If you're on TikTok, Trey Bowen, there was one. Thank you for being around. Thank you for Alex at Zilla Film Studios. Go check out his Tremors movies. Go check out Oliver Blue has a page with music and such. Go check up. Come on. Who else was there? Johnny Harmonic and hold on. Let me see if I can roll. Lee, thank you. And thank you, Lee, for being here. I'm going to open up. I have your package. I would like to open it up on air. Colby P, thank you for being here. Dusty, I'll see you on Friday, Dusty. Love you, bud. Patrick, thank you, Patrick Spears, for being here. That was a really welcome surprise. I liked him being here. Let's see. Hold on. I'm running through everything. Chris, would you make a comment to make it easier for me to scroll down when I'm done here? Trey. Okay. I'm literally going to forget. There's so many. Oh my God. I've made a huge mistake. Whoops. I can't scroll back down. Oh, thank you to Justin for being here. That's who that was. Agvar. Thank you to Justin for being. There it is. And Jareth And anybody else? I think producer Sean. Yep. Nathaniel Cameron. Thank you for being here too, bud. But I like to get everybody just cause. And Conrad Bachman was here. Kind of forgot about that. That's funny. Thank you all for being here and such. Thank you to my friend Ben Sword. If you would like to buy a niche and self-indulgent Tremors porn comic, let us know. Let Ben know, Ben Sword, or let me know. And I've got a copy left. One copy. Although I imagine Ben has more, and there's going to be a new reprinting. So we'll see about that. And if you would also like a copy of Cazador de Greboides, La Historia del Sega Temblores, let me know, because I got like 6 more copies of this too. And this is an American exclusive, motherfuckers. $50 for this. I am literally the only person in America that you can get it from. Otherwise, you're going to pay $50 in shipping to get it from Spain. So $50 from me, $100 to get it from Spain. So if you want one, let me know. I got 6 more copies. And Google Translate's a really handy thing for your app. Literally just take pictures, click, done. Booyah. If you can't, even though it's all in Spanish. And the time, and it's true. The time did fly by. It's been 3.5 hours, and it's been so much fun hanging out with everybody. Thank you so much, Chris. Let's see, looking around. Make sure you buy Jonathan Melville's book, The Seeking Perfection, the official guide to Tremors. Of course, go check out the Tremors comics by Michael O'Haver and Rob Diatierle and all them guys. And go check out the ones from Matt Stapleton and Reese Wootan. There's tons of these things out there. Go support people wherever you can. It's pretty easy. What am I looking at? What am I thinking of? Support everybody. I don't know. Support people. Wild concept. Wild concept. Am I right? What? Hacer mejor que dependamos. I don't know. There's some Spanish. Hacerle mejor que podamos con lo que tenemos. Doing the best we can with what we got. That's pretty good there, Chris. Nice callback. Yeah, thank you to Chris and Thomas for you both still being here and hanging out. I really appreciate the hell out of you guys all the way to the end. Thank you to people like Lori Hudson and Finn Carter and Mike Malone and Conrad Bachman and Robert Jane and Ron Underwood and Charlotte Stewart and Michael Gross and Steve Wilson and Brent Maddock and Nancy Roberts and Don Michael Paul. He's really excited to go to Lone Pine. Thank you. And Bill Watterson. Thank you guys. Thank you all for putting in on this. Andrew Miller, Vincenzo Natali. Thank you guys. Thank you. Kevin Bacon, wherever you're at there. Thank you. You're the best. To the Lone Pine people. Thank you. Going through here. Thank you to my great friends, Zach and Lindsay and Ben and Dessa and Justin and Lana and Joe and Molly for always supporting. Thank you to Cody Pratt and Brett Moore and Dave Heinrich and Carla Monarnak and Nick Monarnak. Thank you to Tiffany Costello Beal and Steve Jennings and Katy Perry. Thank you to fucking everybody. There's so many people. Thank you to Kevin Bacon and Kevin Bacon's butt. Thank you to, even though she tried to run me over, thank you to my mom, thank you to my dad, thank you to Lacey, and oh shit, I didn't even talk about that. Oh, I was about to say Eli, but then look, I'm just gonna say this. You don't know how much you have to deal with your own anger issues until you show up at your sister's house and she has bruises all over her face and scratches and everything and had to be in the hospital because a man beat the shit out of her. And then that image is on my phone. Hooray. you just don't know who you are as a person till that kind of thing happens. But thank you to my sister. Love you, Lacey. She's gonna go to school for some nails. She's really excited to do that, to do nail cosmetology. I'm super excited for her. And then thank you to Shande, Chantrell, Samaje, Shamar, Sahil, and Sion. It's been a little while. I actually get to say my new nephew's name, Sion. Love you, buddy. And I needed to definitely thank Nick Molesky and Logan Van Hesse, who are my two leads in the Tremors movie that we're doing. Those guys kick ass so much. I fucking love it. I can't wait to sit down and edit what they've done, because they have done a phenomenal job, and I think you guys are going to love what they did. And then 6 Degrees of Tremor. Oh, wow. And Chris says, 6 Degrees of Tremors. Can you tie that theme into the last sign off? That would be impressive. Let me just give me a moment. So thank you to all those people, friends, family, lovers, friends. I already said that. And always, as last, I would like to thank my beautiful, wonderful wife, Caitlin Marie Lutbersloff, for doing everything. If you've noticed, I've kind of gotten a little quiet the last hour or so, because she's probably sleeping, and I'm not an asshole. So yeah. Shh. But thank you very much. All the same, babe. You're the best. I couldn't do this without you. I wouldn't do this without you. I wouldn't want to. What's to do here? Which I just think. And Zoran, Octavio, and John. That was the other ones. Fuck. Almost missed it. But then Caitlin. There's a mixture there of people and stuff. Yeah. How does one end the 6 Degrees of Tremors? Can I tie that theme into the last sign off? That would be impressive. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. God damn it. I don't. Honestly, Chris, you threw me off because you said the thing about you should have ended there, and I'm like, fuck. Now I just want to go back and start from there to end it there. Hold on. I'm gonna do one for me. I think that's right. If I'm the 6 Degrees of Tremors, then what does that mean for me? And honestly, so I actually, there's a song, and honestly, I think about music more and more these days, because I'm always trying to come up with songs that work for the show and try to do that kind of thing. And it helps me discover things that I've loved and who I am, and that made me the person that I am today and such. And one of those, and it actually started with, I was clipping things of last year's Christmas episodes and me doing Christmas songs, which I will not. We will be coming back. I will be doing a belated Christmas special. I almost did it tonight, but I wanted to wear this shirt. Oh, and Chris Schlichting. Yeah, go Chris. Thank you too. I forgot that bit. Oh, and you know what? On a side note, always buy t-shirts. Always buy a t-shirt of your something you like. If you're at a show, buy a t-shirt. Trust me. It doesn't matter what it is. It'll always be limited run, and you'll always have that forever, and it's a great little keepsake. But I'm gonna end with a song that I think best represents me. And it works for kind of what this all is and everything. Yeah, just 1 second. This one means a lot to me. I'll probably be singing this one a lot more. Also, if you don't like me a cappella singing on my own show, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna do it. every time. Because quite frankly, I'm actually pretty good at it. Like I said, not the best in the world, and that's fine. I have fun with where I'm at. So again, thank you everybody. I'll see you on Friday. Somebody else needs taking care of in Washington. Who's that? Rose Tuchit. Oh, hold on. Oh my God. I love you. Hold on. Jeff or Kevin is here. I was just talking about you guys too. God, just so you know, Jeff and Kevin, I am no longer doing a show on Saturdays. It's probably not going to be Wednesdays. That's just weird. But because of your guys' show, I can't ever do a show on Saturday. You have now taken that spot. So thank you for being here. But I was talking about you. Thank you guys so much. You're the only reason this show exists. Thank you. But we're wrapping it up. I got a song. Okay. And yes, if your ears bleed, that's the judge, Jeff or Kevin. I'm assuming that's Jeff. Honestly, no, hold on. That's a Kevin. That's a Kevin line. That's a Kevin line. That's totally a fucking Kevin line. If my ears bleed, that's the judge. I can hear it there. This one's for you. That one's for you, Kevin. I don't actually smoke anymore. I just had to do that. Just for you. Somebody else needs taken care of in Washington. Who? Rose Tuchit. Who? 36, 24, 36. It's Jeff. It's Jeff all along. It was Jeff. Oh, Agatha all along. I never did talk about that. Oh my God. Shit. I got to write that down. Because that is the. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God. I've missed so many things in the 2 months that I've been gone. Agatha All Along is the greatest TV show Marvel has ever released. I just gotta say it. All right, the two best things I watched this year had to do with witches: Wicked and Agatha All Along. I'm already ending the show. I will come back to this later. I will. I wrote it down. I will come back to this because it's so good. Oh, it's so good. God damn it. Okay. Boom. Boom, 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 doom, 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 doom. I got a little blank book with my poems in. I got a bag, got a toothbrush and a comb. When I'm a good dog, they sometimes throw me a bone in. I got nicotine stains on my fingers. I got a silver spoon on a chain. Got a grand piano to prop up my mortal remains. I've got an electric light. Oh, and I've got second sight. I've got amazing powers of observation. Doom, 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 doom. That is how I know. Doom, 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 doom. When I try to get through. Dun, 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 on the telephone to you. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, there'll be nobody home. Dum, 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 dum. I got the obligatory Hendrix perm and the inevitable pinhole burns all down the front of my favorite satin shirt. Well, I think I repeated a line. I got wide staring eyes Oh, I got a strong urge to fly. But I've got to know where to fly 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 to Dubai. When I pick up the phone. Surprise, surprise, surprise. There'll be nobody home. Doom, 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 doom. I've got a pair of Coheels boots, and I got fading root. Does anybody here remember Vera Lynn? Remember how she said that we would meet again some sunny day. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Vera, Vera, what has become of you? And does anybody else in here feel the way I do? I hope you do too. And I'll see you in a couple days. Love you all. It's been Talking Tremors. Do what you can with what you got.